Okay, good evening, guys. Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to episode number 34 of the FPL family. Bit different tonight, a bit different. This is a live reaction video. We don't know how this is going to go. It could be awesome. It could be total and utter guff. We're just going to see how it goes.
Well, let's be honest. It's not really up to us how this goes, is it? It's all up to...
We are just going to see how it goes.
It's all up to these football clubs.
Absolutely. We've got Sky Sports News on our left. So if you see us looking left, that's what's on the... It's on the big screen. And we've got Newcastle United versus Manchester United on an iPhone X screen, effectively. So there's a little screen just here to the left of my laptop. I took a picture of the setup we've got here a second ago and put it on Twitter and said, we're ready, who's going to join us, etc. And we've had comments about the box of mince pies that's propping up the phone. We've had questions about the little door over there in the corner where the hobbits live. We've had questions about the pink salt that we use on our dinner. No one's interested in the FPL. They're just interested in our habitat.
I mean, yeah.
What else to say?
Yeah. Little hobbit door. Pink salt. Doesn't everyone have pink salt?
No, Sam, it's just us have pink salt, apparently. I think it's just us. It's just us.
Well,
so,
I like
guys,
the pink salt.
Thank you very much for joining. We're going to be looking constantly to the left to see where the games go. And I've just realised that when I do that, I think my voice goes a bit like away from the mic. So I'm going to try and move them. Where should I move the mic?
Yeah, put it closer to you. Because...
I'm going to put it there, so it's not so bad when I turn away. I'm going to do that. We've got a bit of a different setup as well. We've got our teams there above us, as you guys can see. Actually, not that much difference.
No, because you copied me.
Well, look, if I'm going to copy anybody, I might as well copy you. You're doing well.
You've copied
I might as well copy
You've literally copied my whole team. Next week, Lloris will be in there, won't he?
So what are the differences? Lloris versus Fabianski. So Lloris has already come in for you, so I need Fabianski to come in. Defence is exactly the same. Felipe Anderson versus my Richarlison. So Richarlison's already blank, so that's not feeling good about that. Pogba versus Martial. My Martial versus your Rashford. Both got Pogba now. And that's it, I think. So both got Salah and Fraser and Jimenez. So it's going to be all eyes on Old Trafford to see who can break the deadlock there. Is it going to be Martial or Rashford? If it's Pogba, we're both happy. We need Felipe Anderson to blank. That's got to happen.
What?
And we need West Ham to keep a clean sheet. That's what we need.
I don't like you already tonight.
And we need all eyes on Hazard, by the way. There's a lot of Hazard captainers out there. Now, interestingly, Morata has started. Morata has started for Chelsea tonight.
That's not good news for anyone.
If I was a Hazard owner, I don't think that I'd be very happy about that.
Well, let's see.
To be honest,
let's
see
like
how that
Morata's
goes.
already missed a hatful listening to the guys on Sky.
And let's see how we go in terms of goals. Bournemouth 0, Watford 0. I think that game kicked off a little bit late as well. So what are we, about 18 minutes in? Maybe 19 minutes for the 7:45 kickoff games. No goals yet. So I'm hoping it's going to be something for us to talk about. Otherwise, this is going to be a long 90-minute stream with absolutely nothing to talk about.
Twiddle our thumbs for the next couple of hours.
Twiddle away.
I might eat those mince pies if worst happens.
We have got loads of mince pies left over.
That's a whole box. We've not eaten any of them.
Let's say hello to a few people. Michelle is here. How are you doing, Michelle? MU Fan TV, my captain has already played. I'm assuming that's Mr. Harold of Kane, who we both captained yesterday, which we're pretty happy about.
Always Captain Kane.
What was it yesterday? A goal, assist, and 3 bonus points, so can't complain about that.
Definitely can't complain about that, Harry.
Scrappiest goal he'll ever score, but to be honest, absolutely fine with that. No problem at all. No problem at all. El Stato is here. How are you doing, El Stato? Good evening. Hope the little guy's all right. Sean Wang Chi is here. How are you doing? Leo is in and moderating.
We've got to talk about, he's just reminded me.
What's he reminded you?
Manager of the month.
Manager of the month, of course. Well, we should talk about that right now, shouldn't we?
Well, I didn't know, that's why I whispered it.
Don't whisper it. Sing it loud and proud, because Leo is very proud. December Manager of the Month, guys, was Mr. Leo Häkkinen, who is moderating for us tonight. Oh. So, Leo, congratulations.
Where am I posting it?
I think Leo is in Finland or somewhere in Scandinavia. So
Custom Points will probably be all right for there.
Yeah, it's probably not too bad. It's probably not too bad. So we'll have a look at the leagues a bit later on. I want to stay on. I'll stay on this screen for a little while, but maybe at half time. Half time's maybe not a bad idea to have a look at. The Manager of the Month. But the Manager of the Month for December was Leo. So well done, Leo.
Well done, Leo.
Absolutely superb stuff.
Nice to have a mod.
Indeed.
Another mod. That's the second of our 4 mods
that have had Manager of the Month. Is that true?
Because Jeff had one.
Now
Leo's had one. So Finley Badder, we're looking at you.
Up your game. Aid. Up your game. And a big thank you to Josh Telling as well. So Josh, if you're in, thank you. He's going to be a mod for us as well going forward.
Oh, I love Josh.
He's a legend, isn't he?
He's absolutely
legend. I know he's in most evenings, so if he's here, Josh is going to mod for us as well.
He was running around sorting the kids out to make sure he could be here.
Good lad.
Bless him.
Good lad. He said he had to dig out. He always watches us on his phone. He's got to dig out his laptop. Apparently he hasn't charged his laptop for years, so now he's got to dig it out.
Oh, he's such a dude. I love him.
So Leo's here. Jeff is
There
here.
he
How
is.
you doing? Yes, Josh is here. How you doing? Lee Pitcher is here. I think I saw Steve Schrager in as well. So Steve, thank you for joining, and thank you for supporting us, Steve, on Patreon. So you guys that are following us at FPL Family on Twitter and Instagram will know that we've launched our FPL Family Manager of the Month competition. So if you've not checked out our Patreon site yet, where you can take part not only in the Manager of the Month competitions, but also in supporting us in what we do here at FPL Family, then you can, of course, head over to patreon.com/FPL Family. There is a link in the description below, so go and check that out. And we have already, I think, about 9 or 10 people participating in that, including Steve Schrager, and including Jeff as well. So, guys, thank you to you guys who are already patrons of FPL Family. We're going to try and put some exclusive stuff on there from time to time as well. Maybe a few behind-the-scenes pictures from Friday when we go to FPL show.
I was thinking, what?
No, not like...
What are you going to make me... What are we going to be doing now?
Us down the park. Here's a nice picture. So, no, nothing like that.
Yeah. One more pictures of the Hobbit door in our living room.
No, nothing like that.
Picture of our mince pies.
So we'll try and do some. We'll try and do some some little exclusive bits for our Patreons as well, because we really appreciate your support, guys. So if you've not checked out our new Patreon site, go and check that out. Patreon.com/FPL Family. We'd love you to go and support us, as well as get involved with those Manager of the Month competitions. And the Manager of the Month competition for February will start on the first game week in February, which I think is game week 23, maybe 24, 25. Don't know. I'll have a look at that. So,
we haven't really thought this through because it's a shirt.
trust me, I've thought it through.
No, because it's a shirt of their choice, right? So what if an Arsenal fan wins it? I don't want to go in an Arsenal shop and buy an Arsenal shirt.
It's no problem. I will go and buy the shirt. It's really no problem.
Okay, if it's a Spurs shirt, I'll go and buy it. But I don't want to go and buy an Arsenal shirt.
So you're absolutely right. The winner of the FPL Family Manager of the Month for February will win a Premier League shirt of your choice. So for, I think it's $5 a month for Patreon, get involved and you could win a shirt. There's only 10 guys in there, so you've got a pretty good chance of winning a shirt right now.
Maybe I'll become one and see if I can win it.
See if you can win yourself a Spurs shirt. Who knows? Mel Brooks is here. Happy New Year. She's saying Happy New Year to you too, Mel. We should say that. This is our first of 2019. So guys, Happy New Year. Well reminded, Mel. We've just gone straight in. We've gone straight in into Patreon, all that sort of good stuff. Not even stopped to say Happy New Year. So Mel, thank you for that. Happy New Year. Andrew Martin already getting nervous. Come on, Ed in, do something. Come on, Ed in.
Nobody's doing anything.
I think it's 0-0 everywhere right now, right?
Very boring.
West Ham 0, Brighton 0. I wonder if we're going to get a sort of end of festive period.
I mean, by 26 minutes in the Spurs game yesterday, we'd had 3 goals.
Yeah, give us your take on the Spurs game then while we're waiting for the first bit of action of this afternoon. And anybody that's watching Chelsea, by the way, get into the live chat. Give us some updates on that, because we've got United and Newcastle on the phone here on the left. We've got Sky Sports News on the far left on the big screen. But Chelsea is obviously a really big game that we're looking forward to seeing some FPL points from. I've got Alonso, you've got Alonso. Neither of us has got Hazard, but I suspect he's
a very popular pick. Well, I suspect if I get him, you'll get him.
Don't start getting grumpy with me already. Don't start getting grumpy. Give us your thoughts on that game last night, the Spurs game.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. We basically came out to make a point, didn't we? We couldn't go down against Wolves and then not come out and make a point.
It's a good reaction, wasn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, it was, yeah. And I think, looking back at the game, Harry was unlucky not to have had a couple. Son should have had a couple. I think Dele could consider himself unlucky that he didn't get any points yesterday. Yeah, it could have been 6, couldn't it, really?
It could have. I thought Spurs played very well, actually, and I got the feeling you wanted to get the job done in the first half.
I mean, the good thing from that point of view is that, we could take some people off at sort of 60, 70 minutes and give them a bit of a rest. We also play again on Friday night. Annoyingly, I won't be able to watch it because we'll be at the FPL show. But
yes.
But there you are.
What do you think about Son now?
Well, it's only got one more game.
One more game, isn't it?
And
so you're not going to bring
United.
him in for a one-game punt, are you?
Well, no, and certainly not against United.
Those that have had him, though, for the last few weeks, what a shout. I mean, absolutely. I was just looking at the replay of the Rashford free kick. That looked pretty good. Decent save by Dubravka there.
I just think, as far as Son's concerned, he has been a fantastic asset in a way that kind of, I guess, I wrote him off quite early on the basis that he was going in January. So early December, I was kind of like, it feels like just a transfer waiting to happen. It's a problem. I'm giving myself a problem to deal with. Actually, do you know what? It would have been worth taking on that problem. Who you go to from him now is kind of interesting, isn't it? Because
I think it's quite an easy move to Pogba, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think a lot of people that are taking the game seriously have already gone to Pogba from somebody else.
Yeah, possibly.
If you look at the amount of price rises that Pogba's had in the last week alone, I think most managers that are watching us will have Pogba already in their team. So it's who you go to from Sonny next, and whether you stick with the Spurs mid or whether you look for somebody different.
If you were going to go to a Spurs mid, who would you go to?
Well, on the basis that Moore is still that Lamella's still injured and there's no return date for him still yet, probably Moore is the one that's going to get the game time. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on him as a fantasy asset at the moment.
I like the consistency that Eriksen's providing, actually. And Jerome Hughes, thank you for joining, Jerome. He's saying Eriksen's gone massively under the radar.
He has.
I'd agree with that.
But the problem is it's from Son to Dele or Son to Eriksen. That's a big price difference that you've got to...
Is it? Like $1 million?
Yeah, so it's a lot, isn't it, that you've got to find.
You can find $1 million, can't you?
Well, it depends, doesn't it?
Everyone will be downgrading Alonso after tonight,
I think
prediction.
Most people have already done that, haven't they? When they want to get up to Salah or up to Kane or...
Dom J, this game week, dull as dishwater so far. It was going to happen, Dom, wasn't it? It was going to happen.
Sleeves jinxed it as well. Jinxed Dina. Jinxed the whole game week now.
The one game week we decided to do a live reactions and we're going to big it up and there's going to be loads going on.
It's literally been no goals.
No
so we're just talking about the goals from last night.
Rushil Joshi, Moura scored twice against United last time out.
Yes, he did.
Moura will be replaced by Son when he returns, so not worth it, Steve Wynyard is saying. So you fancy Moura to get a bit of game time while Son's away?
Yeah, I think he'll get game time while Son's away. And I think when Son comes back, Steve's right. Son will come back in the team. But, and it depends how long Son's away for, doesn't it? If he goes all the way, then it's a month or 3.5 weeks. If they get knocked out, then he'll be home sooner. So,
yeah.
It's the same with Matt Ryan, isn't it? A lot of people talking to me about should we get, when we're doing goalkeepers in the wild card, is it worth getting Button and some other cheapie? And it's like, well, you're just waiting and causing yourself a problem, aren't you? Because in less than a month's time, Ryan's going to be back and Button will be therefore redundant again.
And Leo is saying Son might be pretty fatigued when he comes back. I agree with that. I think he's one of those players that he's so energetic, this guy. He's like the Duracell bunny. He just goes and goes and goes. And I noticed actually a couple of times that Poch has taken him off on sort of 70, 75 minutes. Almost as if to say, I need to rein you in a little bit here. It's a 3-0 up. I think he took him off after 70 minutes yesterday. It's the right thing to do because the guy's just going to burn himself out, surely.
Yeah, and he's going to go to the cup and he's going to play. He's their best player by a long, long way. So, I don't think that there's much of a risk with Sonny getting kind of tired and needing a rest. He doesn't seem to. It's not like, I think really when it comes to the Spurs midfielders, they'll just miss one. They'll just miss a game and then they'll be back for the next one. It's not necessarily the end of the world when they're fit. But yeah, Watford have scored.
1-0 Watford, first goal of the evening by the looks of it. Let's see. Yes, away at Bournemouth. I'll tell you what, Bournemouth are so leaky.
Joe in? Or is he there?
Could even be there. Not played Foster. I've not played Foster this evening, which is good. I've played Fabianski for West Ham. So.
Josh, it was a blimmin' good job I didn't get Foster, wasn't it? He was the other one I talked about.
There's a few Delafeus, etc. around. Let's see who scored that. I'm going to go to them. They're going to go to them in a sec on.
This is like one of those hold the line callers, isn't it? While we get an update on who it is.
Soccer Saturday. It's not called Soccer Saturday. What are we calling it? Soccer Special. We're going to play.
First attack. I haven't got any Watford players. Deeney.
How much do you love Deeney? Not at all is the answer to that. Deeney, there we go. Who was the assist, to quote a very famous podcast?
Doucouré they were talking about before, weren't they? Was it Doucouré?
Leo is saying Delafeo or Holobas assist. I think you maybe have your FPL goggles on there. Let's see. FPL Boone is saying a Seema assist.
Seema?
And Mel Brooks is saying that as well. So I think that's a Deeney goal, Seema assist, which is the first goal this evening, which Ashley Barnes thinks he scored for Burnley, but Lossell's pulled off a couple of worldies by the sounds of what Kamara's saying. But then Chris Kamara gets excited at anything, doesn't he? You've got to love Chris Kamara. He's absolutely brilliant.
I've got to stop looking at the TV out because I'm not looking.
Well, that's the way. I think that's the way this stream is going to go, right? I can't. Normally we're quite high energy for about an hour, and then we sort of pass out, don't we? Whereas we'll just keep it going. I think we're going to watch a bit of screen on the left. We're going to watch the game, watch the Manchester United game.
I forgot about that game. I've just been looking up there.
I don't think there's too much going on. Rashford's had a couple of chances. Atsu actually had a pretty good chance for Newcastle.
I'm actually interested in the Watford game though because I'm thinking about a Watford player in my wild card. I fancy Delafeu. I fancied him for a while now, so I'm intrigued.
Any of you guys out there with Deeney? I'd be amazed if any of you got Deeney. Wolves 0, Palace 0. Not a lot going on in that game. Quite a lot of FPL interest in that game though. Are you playing Wan-Bissaka this week?
No,
because I'm Doherty though, right? Doherty and Jimenez.
Yeah. I went Wolves. Benched.
I think I would go Wolves as well.
I benched Robbo as well this week.
Toxic Fusion, Fabianski on the floor and Adrian warming up. Don't tell me that. Don't you winding me up. He's seen my team up there and he's gone Fabianski going off. Apparently Martial's playing quite well according to what you guys are saying. It'd be interesting. Sparky Mir, Fab injured. Oh, come on. Guys, come on. I'm not having this.
So you thought I was joking when I said you'd be copying my Lloris pick. You genuinely might.
Fabianski injured would be classic Lee from FPL Family, wouldn't it? Last thing we need.
Oh. So I'm so excited.
Pritchard gone close for Huddersfield by the looks of things.
Oh.
Phil Bardsley, what player. What a player. Jeff is here from Captain's Pick Podcast. How you doing, Jeff? Good evening. Welcome along.
Jeff.
Welcome along. He says soccer special with Lee and Sam. Who needs Jeff Stelling?
But
Nothing still for Hazard. How's Hazard playing, guys? He's doing all right. I don't fancy him with Morata in that team. As soon as Giroud got injured last game, I just thought the future of FPL for Hazard is dependent on whether he sticks with him in the false nine or whether he now brings Morata in. And he's bought Morata in. If I was a Hazard owner, I'd be really upset about that. Doesn't mean that Hazard can't go on to get a hatful this game week, right? But I would still be really concerned about that.
Huddersfield have scored.
Well, it looked like that was going to happen, didn't it? It sounded like, from what Kamara was saying, he's getting very excited about that. Mbenza. I was actually quite surprised to see that because I thought Burnley were a little bit more resolute in the last game, weren't they? Got a decent win to 0 and Tom Heaton coming back, and I actually thought there might be some clean sheets on the horizon for Burnley, but clearly not.
Yeah, but the thing is, with games like that for Huddersfield, they'll have gone out going, if we can't win games like this at home, we are doomed.
It's the sort of game they have to win, right? That is a proper 6-pointer. That actually shouldn't be underestimated, that game. That is such an important game. Steve Mounier. Remember him? I think you had him like first game week, didn't you? Like last season.
I had him a bit last season,
I think he was coming up, and it was just like had a decent pre-season. Took a bit of a punt on him.
I think I had him for a while actually last season. I can't remember.
Any of you guys in the live chat have got Hazard captain?
Josh has.
Let's see the Hazard captain is where you at.
Because he should have captained Kane.
Well, too early to say that. It's too early to say that. Hazard could still do really well this game. There's no doubt about it.
I think, to be fair, if I'd have had Hazard this week, I'd have captained him.
Elite Gamer has got him. Mel's got him.
In a home game against Southampton, I'd have captained Hazard too if I had him.
Yeah, lots of Hazard captains in.
He's the one that I was really worried about not having this game week, Hazard.
Absolutely. That's why I was so pleased with that team sheet. Actually, with Hazard, I mean, I do think that obviously he's a great player. Obviously he's very, very dangerous. I just think there's a Pogba let's go thing going on there. Maybe SFZ is saying Pogba for captain, I guess. I haven't seen a goal yet in that game. But with Hazard, the Morata thing just worries the hell out of me. I just don't think that he's as dangerous in that false nine. I know that that's not his preferred position. Hazard's come out and says that's not where he prefers to play. He prefers to play wide left. But as FPL managers, we want to see him in that forward position. But that's where he gets the most FPL points. So the fact that Sarri is saying, well, I'm going to accommodate for your preferred position, put you out left, and in doing so, put Morata up top, it's just That's not good for FPL. That's not good. Having said that, he'll probably pop up with a couple of goals this evening because that is the way that Hazard rolls, right? He has one bad game, one good game, one bad game, one good game. Big chance missed by Hazard, Matthew Hall saying.
I don't know. I just don't really rate Morata at all this season. I don't quite know what's gone on there.
Jack Irish, have faith, guys. Will deliver. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. It will happen. Any thoughts on Gabbiadini leaving Southampton today?
Oh, is he in, Liam?
If Liam's in, he'll be very upset about that.
Liam,
I'm sure.
you here?
Very upset about that.
Why do they want him?
I've got absolutely no idea. I think he's wanted by like one of the Milan clubs. AC, maybe?
I think it is, but why? What do they want him for?
Absolutely no idea.
What are they going to do with him? Is it for like morale purposes or something? Is he funny or like?
I don't know. Absolutely no idea. I was a bit gutted to see Pulisic go to Chelsea today.
Yeah, you thought it was going to come to you, didn't you?
I thought he was going to be a red, actually. I thought he's a promising young player. I think he's way younger than I thought. He's like 20 years old, guys. And he can't get a game at Dortmund right now because of Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is playing him and pretty much every other German player off the park right now. So he is ripping up the Bundesliga like you wouldn't believe, Jadon Sancho. And because of that, Pulisic is not getting a game. So I'm kind of expected him to go to either Liverpool, Chelsea or somewhere else at some stage. It's kind of, maybe it's big-headed and arrogant for me to say I'm surprised he didn't go to Liverpool, but...
Did you make an offer, though?
I don't know. I think we were kind of interested, but he's decided to go to Chelsea, which is absolutely fair enough. I don't think he's going there until the summer. He's bought by Chelsea for the thick end of 50-odd million right now, but they're going to loan him back to Dortmund for the rest of the season, which, if I was Pulisic, if I'm not getting a game at Dortmund, I don't really know why I would bother doing that. I think I'd just want to go, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess that's maybe to do with maybe Chelsea was reading about Fabregas potentially being offed from Chelsea, so maybe they need to clear a bit before he comes in. I don't know.
Who do you think misses out in that Chelsea team if Pulisic comes in? It's a signing for the future, right? You look at Pedro, it's probably 31, 32. Willian, I don't think is as young as you think he is.
Is he not?
I'm not even sure Hazard is as young as you think he is, right?
Is Hazard going to be there?
Well, and there's that as well. Is Hazard going to go, right? I don't know. It suggests to me that might potentially be the case.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd want people like Pulisic coming in and obviously not seeing Hazard go the other way. But it's definitely a signing for the future. He's 20 years old. Gonna be one for the future, absolutely. Willian's just gone off by the looks of things. So if anybody's got Willian,
injured,
yeah, off injured, which is bad news. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I think, coming on for Willian. Let's see how badly injured he is. Morgan Larson saying Pulisic is playing, he's just not starting every game. That's interesting. Not getting as much game time as I think you'd want to get at 20 years old. You've got to be playing, haven't you? You've got to be playing.
Well, you do if you want to go anywhere, don't you? And if you want to make an impact on these big clubs, you can't just be sitting on the bench. Your career go nowhere.
Got to. Did you have any transfer thoughts ahead of the next game week, even before this game week had started?
Well, you've got a bit of time, haven't you? Because obviously you've got FA Cup this weekend.
So don't rush it, I think is the first thing to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing I was going to say about Spurs. So from a Spurs point of view, obviously now before the Man United game, we've got, because we play Friday and then not again till very late Sunday. So we've got 9 days now between our two games. And greatest respect to Tranmere, I don't expect to see a full-strength Spurs squad roll up at Tranmere on Friday night.
No,
so, yeah, I mean, in terms of thoughts, I had a couple of thoughts.
Burnley goal for Burnley. Huddersfield 1, Burnley 1. Let's see who scored that. They've just gone to an ad break here on Soccer Special on Sky, so we will see that in a second. It's Leo saying Burnley goal. Ashley Barnes maybe. No, Chris Wood. Chris Wood. Is that 2-2 for Chris Wood now?
I think it was Barnes last week, wasn't it?
Decent. I don't know, was it? I thought Chris Wood got a goal out of someone.
Could have done. So yeah, I had a couple of thoughts. I don't know. I kind of feel like my team's in quite a good place at the moment. I was sort of pondering on Alonso. Is he too much money? Should I be looking at somebody else in that bracket?
I think the general consensus on Twitter and some of the communities is that game week 22 is the week to start going Liverpool. You're going to have Robertson and Salah in your team. Are you thinking of the treble up? And if so, who would you consider?
Well, I think I said last time, if I'm going to do the treble up, I'd rather go 3 attacking, or Robbo and 2 more attacks. So Shaqiri or Firmino.
Okay.
I just can't. At the moment, I look at my front 3 and I've got Kane. Obviously, he's not going anywhere. I've got Jimenez, who, I mean, the man is brilliant. So I'm not going to get rid of him. And then my other striker at the moment is Rashford, and I can't see myself taking him out anytime soon either. So
I think Rashford might start to get rotated with Alexis and with Lukaku. I noticed some pre-game comments from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer where I think the guy that was interviewing him said, you know, are you looking to bring Sanchez in? You know, is he fit now? And I think Solskjaer was saying, no, yes, he is. Looks really sharp in training. I want to give him some minutes.
Yeah.
Concerned, given that you're a Rashford owner, worried about that?
Red card in Huddersfield game.
Oh, Schindler sent off for Huddersfield. That's
Cammy's missed it.
To be
Too
fair,
busy talking.
That's a thing for FPL, right? Because there are a few Schindler owners out there. So if you've got Schindler, second book of only 41 minutes gone, 2 yellow cards, absolutely shocking. Christopher Schindler sent off for Huddersfield, so they've just conceded a goal. Burnley just equalised. Chris Wood, and on 41 minutes, a minute later, Schindler has gone off. So Huddersfield got it all to do here, absolutely all to do.
So going back to Rashford, I mean, it's something I'm keeping an eye on. I mean,
2-0 what? Sorry to cut you off.
Just give up talking
We're
about
going to talk about Rashford.
Forget about Rashford.
2-0. 2-0 Watford.
Who is it now? Is it Delafeu?
Tell me this, could Bournemouth get relegated this year?
No. Where are they in the league?
They are conceding goals like they're going out of fashion, Bournemouth FC. Absolutely unreal.
No, they're 12th.
That means nothing. How many points are they away from relegation?
Well, they've got 26 and the relegation zone is 15, so 11.
11, alright, okay.
They're not going to get relegated.
I don't think they are either, but oh, goodness me, they're really, really giving it a go, aren't they?
I mean, if you're saying that, you put West Ham and Everton in that bracket as well with 27
2
points.
for Deeney. Deeney bandwagon incoming.
Maybe I should get off Rashford and get on Deeney.
Deeney with a brace, goodness me. Let's have a look at what the Everton fixtures look like going forward.
Do you mean Watford?
I do mean Watford, you're absolutely right. I'm going to switch to this view for a minute.
Oh, I've got hair. So Rashford, while you do that, I think it's a case of wait and see, isn't it? I think you just don't know really how he's going to fit. Is he going to fit Lukaku in? Obviously, he's going to put Sanchez in, but who is going to miss out for that? How is he? What formation is he going to play? So we'll see. I mean, I've got Pogba now, so if Rashford does end up becoming a massive rotation risk, then yeah, he can go, and there's plenty of other options up there. But at the moment, I feel kind of like I'm happy. I seem to have got into a habit of making a transfer every other week at the moment, so then I've always got 2, which works out
maybe not
better.
A bad,
it seems to be working quite well, and I want to hold the wild card.
So then you've got the 2 free transfers for when you really need to do something. Right?
Yeah, it kind of feels like, and it feels lately like the transfers that I've wanted to do have been freeing up a bit of money and then investing that money in someone else. So rather than doing one week and then waiting another week, I've been kind of holding my transfer and then doing them both at the same time, and that's been quite successful so far. I mean, my rank has grown really nicely over the last few weeks, so
okay.
I think that strategy may continue. I may roll again.
Joe is in. Joe Findlay-Batter is here. First thing
Live
he
from
said,
Bournemouth.
OMG. Second thing, Deeney with a lot of Ys. The Watford fixtures, by the way, Palace, Burnley, Spurs, Brighton, then Everton. So they're slap bang in the middle there, more or less, of the scout ticker. So a couple of nice games, maybe Palace and Burnley. Then away at Spurs, obviously very difficult. Then away at Brighton, which is a tough game. Everton, tricky as well, right? So mixed fixtures, I would say. So I wouldn't necessarily be jumping on Deeney right away, guys. But if you're looking for a differential, look no further. There it is. So Joe Findlay-Batter is in. 2-0 to Watford. Deeney with a brace. Nice. Schindler sent off for Huddersfield. And 1-1 in that game, Huddersfield versus Burnley. Nothing going on in the United game. And
why am I fantasy asset doing nothing?
Nothing going on in the Chelsea game either, which is the 2 games really that we're expecting a lot of FPL action from. I think Alonso maybe just had a shot. You guys are saying he had a shot just wide.
Yeah. But
the United game, I mean, I've got it on my phone and I'm kind of watching it intermittently. It looks pretty even, guys, to be honest. Although United are on the attack here. Let's have a look how this goes. Blocked by the Newcastle defender. So
you're going to give a little commentary?
No, I'm not going to go down that road. I am no John Motson. But what I will say is that, you know, obviously we're all getting quite excited about the Manchester United assets when they played, Cardiff and Huddersfield, and you know, you can understand that they got 2 pretty emphatic results against those 2. But Newcastle away, Rafa's teams, in particular Rafa's teams, they won't want to get beaten big. They won't want to do 3, 4s, 5s, and they very rarely do. Newcastle sides. That was the one thing that in the end put me off with Pogba captain and went as a shot from Pogba just wide by the looks of it. But that was the one thing that put me off Pogba in the end and went for going for Kane, was that I didn't expect Newcastle to be getting smashed just as much as Cardiff potentially could have done. I actually didn't fancy you guys to go too crazy against Cardiff, but then I saw a tweet from a couple of people saying that a lot of the big 6 sides that have gone to Cardiff have won pretty big. I think City won pretty big there, United won pretty big there. So I expected Spurs to do all right, and I expected Newcastle to defend reasonably well in this game against United. So happy to have Pogba and Martial, but I feel like it might be slightly overkill for Newcastle away, but we'll see.
Tell me why you decided to do a Salah transfer early. Because that
Salah transfer early, yeah.
Because when we were last here, you said you were going to wait until after this game week.
Yeah, maybe it's the red goggles probably. It's the red goggles probably. But what I fancied was, and I was watching the City versus Southampton game, I fancy Salah to do well against. I think that's going to be a weak point for City tomorrow.
Okay.
I think that's that left back slot. There's no Mendy obviously. I think Delphi's suspended. So he's got to play Zinchenko there, or he's got to move Danilo over from the other side over to left back, which actually could happen. He rested Kyle Walker in the last game against Southampton, so you've got to assume that rest was with Liverpool in mind. So you've got to assume that he's going to play Walker on that right-hand side. So on the left, it could be Danilo, it could be Zinchenko. Either way, I kind of fancy Salah to do pretty well against whoever it is that he plays, right?
Okay.
So it was on that basis, as well as the fact that Liverpool look on form and that Firmino's playing well, etc.
Well, and I suppose the other thing is, it was Sterling that went for you, right? And
it was Sané. I took Sané out for Salah.
Well, same point, I suppose. Really, is that Liverpool defensively are rock solid. So it's difficult to see City going and scoring a lot of goals, isn't it? I think I don't see City getting more than one against you.
Probably not. But if any team's going to, it's City, right?
This is true. I can't believe all these games are 0-0. How are they all 0-0 at
Hazard
half-time?
captain us. Tell us how you're feeling, because if I was a Hazard captain, I'd be really worried about that. It's half-time at Chelsea. It's 0-0.
Wolves and West Ham both. It's in both those two games 0-0 at half-time.
Wolves 0, Palace 0. They're going crazy at Bournemouth. So Bournemouth got one back against Watford. So anybody that's got Foster or Holebas, there goes your clean sheet. Let's see who scored for Bournemouth. Let's hope it's Fraser. It'd be nice if Fraser scored, wouldn't it? He's had a couple of games of rest recently. Ake scored again. It's 2-2 for Ake. It's unreal.
Goodness gracious me. Who got the assist? Who got the assist?
Ake essential. Steve Stanfield, better be Wilson. Yeah, Wilson's not popped up for a bit, has he?
No.
Rushil, regretting captaining Hazard. Listen, Rushil, you've got 45 minutes. A lot can happen in 45 minutes, particularly with him. He is very, very streaky when he gets going.
He's a magician, that man, when he wants to be, so don't put it off of him to get a couple in the second half.
Jerome is saying Gosling assist, I think. So a Gosling assist.
That's no good to anybody, is it? Oh, I've locked my pen on the floor in anger now. Don't worry, it doesn't matter.
An Ake goal, Gosling assist is probably the most pointless thing we've ever heard from an FPL perspective.
Apart from
that
it cost the Watford clean sheet.
Except that it cost the Watford clean sheet. Absolutely. I didn't play Foster. I played Fabianski, which I'm very happy about.
Well, yeah, but isn't Fabianski injured?
No. I think he was right.
He's all right, is he? He's all right. You hope he's all right.
I think he is all right.
So what games have we got left on?
Leo. Wow, what a drama. Ake and Gosling essential now.
Quick, everybody.
Really no. See, Rondon just done. Ooh, got a bit underneath it. Come on, Salomon. Love him to get a goal.
Why? We haven't got him at the minute. And there isn't no bet on it this time, so I'm not singing.
People want to hear your song.
There'll be no live singing on this stream.
James Harding, Aubameyang scored after 83 odd minutes. There's always time for Hazard. I think you're absolutely right about that.
Didn't he? He got an assist and a goal in the last 10 minutes, didn't he? Aubameyang?
If I was an Aubameyang owner, I would obviously be delighted with what happened yesterday. But as I'm not, I'm going to go out there and say it was very, very jammy indeed. Well, I don't know if you saw the goals, right? I think the first assist was... It was a shot that came back off the post, and I think it fell to Ramsey, and he took a touch, and it was a good finish in the end. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was a really, really good assist, you know. And then the goal that he scored, I think it was a big deflection off of the defender, right? And the keeper potentially saves his shot. But listen, if you don't have a shot, you don't score. So fair play to Aubameyang. Should have had 3 at least. Alex Summerson is saying, yeah, I think you're right. Aubameyang, not jammy, should have scored a hat-trick. Yeah, you're right. I think the points that he did get were jammy, but
could have had more.
He could have had a lot more, and possibly should have.
Interesting.
Yes, half-time in the Chelsea game, so if anybody's screaming out Hazard scores, not the case. It's half-time right now, so for 15 minutes, we'll be having a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I think we've only got the Bournemouth and Watford game and the Newcastle and United game still going.
Yeah. Solskjaer looking quite animated on the touchline for United. Look at this.
Is he annoyed?
I like that.
I need another cup of tea. I might have to go and make one in a minute if we're going to stay on.
A little cuppa, yeah.
If we're going to stay on for the second half. Sorry, we've just gone really quiet.
2-2 Bournemouth-Watford. 2-2. Goodness me.
Watford.
Back to the vitality.
Where's Joe? Is he still here?
Fraser to Wilson.
Fraser to Wilson,
guys.
Some FPL points.
Finally. We have something worthy of... We are 41 minutes in, guys, and we finally have something decent that's not flipping Ake or Deeney or...
So just when we were talking about, is it time to ship Fraser and Wilson... They pop up with some fantasy points. We can talk about them.
Fraser with a little assist. Happy days. We'll take that.
I think it is time, really, though, to talk about that, isn't it? Because Fraser and Wilson are a lot of people getting off of them. I've been pondering this Fraser thing for a while. Now, the issue I have is that when Fraser's on form, he scores points regularly.
Absolutely, yeah.
And my issue is that I paid...
Listen, he scores points all the time.
Well, I know.
For his price, you cannot argue with that. The reason he's got 2 blanks in the last 2 games is because he hasn't bloody played.
Well, that's true.
As soon as he plays, he gets an assist.
But the other thing is, from a kind of ownership point of view, I got him in so cheaply that I'd lose quite a bit to get him out and get to replace him with somebody else if I then want to bring him back in again at a later date. So... I think I'll end up keeping.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Not 3-2 Bournemouth. Can't be. Joe Fiddly Badder, where are you? It's 3-2. What game?
What? Why are you not showing this? Who's it now?
Not a Deeney hat-trick. Who is this Seymour dude?
He's got a goal and an assist now, hasn't he?
What's going on? He's got a goal and an assist. Essential.
What
a game.
I better put him on my watch list, because so far the only player I've got on my watch list is Della Feu for Watford, and he's done nothing.
This is the game we should be having on. We've got Man United 0, Newcastle 0, which is really not very good at all at the minute. Not a lot of chances for either side. Bournemouth 2, Watford 3. What a goal. What a game.
Ken Seymour.
Who
even is he? Has anyone ever heard of him, Joe?
He'll know. Who is this dude? Where's he come from? And why is he now essential in FPL? Are Bournemouth even playing with defenders? Tony Iverson's saying they're shipping goals like madmen. You're absolutely right. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
They've just got themselves back in it. Like, literally, they've just got themselves back in it, and within 2 minutes.
Tom Rooms says he's just clocked off work. What has he missed? To be honest, not a lot, except for a ridiculous game at
3-3!
No! What the hell? It's a ridiculous
What is happening? Oh, do you know what we should have done? We should have invited Joe to come and guest with us tonight.
No, not Ryan Fraser. Is that Fraser? Yes! Get in there. Goal and assist for Fraser.
That's what we should have done tonight. We should have got Finley Bad around. We could have had him. We could have had live reactions from Joe.
Fraser goal. Yes, get in. Absolutely take that.
Amazing. A goal and an assist. Thank you, Joe.
What a ridiculous game. Bournemouth 3, Watford 3.
Honestly, I don't understand what has just what is happening in that game? Look, all of the last things that have gone through, look, they're all from the same game.
He is literally such good value, Fraser. 2 got benched twice in a row. A tiny piece of me was starting to get frustrated. But he just produces. Every time he plays, he just produces. He's like the perfect 5th midfielder. I think you just got to have him. He's so good. Let's have a look at what the Bournemouth fixtures look like going forward. We've got to have a look at this. Let's see. Going to this. Bournemouth fixtures going forward look very difficult. Everton away, West Ham at home, Chelsea at home, Cardiff and Liverpool. Tricky fixture. You're going to bring him in ahead of that, are you? Probably not going to bring him in ahead of that. But what great value he is. Absolutely fantastic value. I love that. I love that, Ryan Fraser. Superb. Absolutely superb. Guys, while we're here, and just while it's half-time in most of the games, it's coming up to half-time in the Bournemouth
I'm going to run
game.
and put the kettle on, then I'll be back.
Coming up to half-time in that game. You put the kettle on. I'm going to do a quick pitch for our new Manager of the Month. Hashtag FPLFamily MOTM. Guys, if you're not on our Twitter already, there's loads of details about this on our Twitter, at FPLFamily. But also head to patreon.com/FPLFamily. There's a link in the description below because obviously you can't copy and paste it from the screen or anything. And head over to our new Patreon site where we're holding Manager of the Month competitions for every month starting in February. So if you're having a bad season, having a bad time of it, then know that you can take part in this competition at the start of every month. You'll start from 0, so you'll have as good a chance as anybody else in that month to win the prize. And we'll be holding it for February, March, April and May. And then at the end of May, we'll obviously think about what we do over the summer. Well, if it's been successful, we'll think about running it again next year. But for 4 months, I want to give it a go. Get into patreon.com/FPLFamily. Go in there and help sponsor us with a pledge of anywhere from £5 a month, $5 a month, I should say. And you can win some fantastic monthly prizes. For February, the Manager of the Month for February will win a Premier League replica shirt of their choice. I don't know what we're going to do for March and for April yet, but what I want to do in that Patreon community is ask you guys, right? What do you guys want to win? And then we'll have a monthly competition where you guys choose the prizes. I'm thinking Xbox games, codes, gift vouchers, retro shirts, all that sort of stuff, right? So whatever you guys want to win, we'll have that as the prize. I can come up with a few things myself as well. Obviously, the more Patreons we get, the bigger the prize pot, so the better the prizes are going to be.
Stadium tours, maybe?
Stadium tours, because we did that as part of the FPL Family Christmas present,
club.
which was great. So if you want to do stadium tours and stuff, we can do that. So if it's only a couple of people that come and sponsor us, then we'll do mugs. It'll be mugs. But if we can get a few people interested in this...
Yeah, because the money that you send through Patreon will pay for the prizes.
That's it, exactly. So. That's the whole point of it, is the more patrons we get, the bigger the prizes. And of course, some of that money is going to go towards helping us continue to do what we want to do. We want to get new laptops and new cameras and stuff for next year. We want to make the streams bigger and better for you guys. So we love that you guys super chat us. We absolutely love that. So don't stop doing that. That's great. We love you. Love for you guys to do that. But also head over to our Patreon and get over there as well, because with super chat you'll get we'll answer one of your questions. But with Patreon you can get in there, pledge $5 a month, and you've got a chance to win some decent prizes, as well as support what we do in FPL Family. So if you haven't checked that out already, go check that out. Thanks to Jeff and to Steve Schrager. And let me give a shout out to a few of you other guys that have done it, actually. It's on my other phone. It's just a sec. I'm going to have to
Look at that. Fix has me at 12,000 now.
You at 12k?
Yeah. It's Ryan Fraser.
Jeepers. That's absolutely awesome. 12k OR. Loving that. Loving that. So let's have a look. So we've had Jansky Arnima is in. Abraham Uvervord is in to our Patreon. Jeff Holt, thank you, Jeff, is already in. Scott Schrager is here. Mohammed Wakar is in already. So we've got loads of you guys already in, helping out the FPL Family, sponsoring what we do here, as well as getting involved with the Manager of the Month stuff. So head over to patreon.com/FPL Family and go check that out. See what you make of it.
Do you want another cup of tea?
I would love another cup of tea.
Do you want the same
Absolutely
one again?
love. I'll have the same cup of tea again, please, dear. That would be amazing.
Okay.
Right, back to the games. Is there any more goals in that Bournemouth game? 3-3. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Let's get the United game back on here. Could have been a 7th goal at the Vitality. Guys, that score is absolutely unreal. 3-3. What the hell? Fraser has now hauled home and away against Watford. Mahmood, nice stat, like that. Liam Wrist, an Edison shirt would be a great prize. I like that. If that's the shirt you want, Liam, that is the shirt you can have, my friend. Julian Bennett, United just shading it. Yeah, that's from what I've seen. I think that is about right. But it's a tight game, isn't it? Tighter than Manchester United are used to playing in the last few weeks, right? Alonso leading the BPS. That's good. That's good. Tom, thank you for joining this evening. Neil Craston just sold Fraser. Stinker. Unlucky.
Yeah, I saw that Alonso was leading the BPS. He's got 4 on fix at the minute.
Hollabass equals Trollabass, James Harding is saying. Thank you for that, by the way.
Well, I'm half bad in the end that I went with Lloris over Foster, because I did talk about doing Foster for a while. That wouldn't have gone down as well as the Lloris transfer, would it?
You're right. Alex Summerson, Richarlison captain next game week. Bournemouth have shipped like 20 goals in 5 game weeks. Do you know what? Be a very, very happy Digne and Richarlison owner against Bournemouth next week. Very happy.
Well, I just I can't understand why people are getting off. Well, I can. People are getting off Richarlison because they want to get on people like Pogba. But with the fixtures that Everton have got coming up, I can't understand getting off Richarlison at the moment.
Yes,
if you've got him, I don't understand the getting off of him.
Well, yeah, I think your first point was valid though. It's the fact that you've got Anderson and you've got Pogba and you've got Martial, maybe even. You know, people want these players, right? Want these players. So 1 or 2 blanks from Richarlison. And actually, if you look at Richarlison's last 5 weeks, I think he's got an assist in the last 5 weeks. So he is right out of form. There's no doubt about it. He is right out of form. But he has got the fixtures to start getting back into form. There's no doubt about it. So for me, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. J-Boy, would you get Richarlison in for the next coming weeks? Thoughts on Richarlison? I mean, I've got him already. What do you think?
It's tough because I've said before,
it's tough to see where he fits into your midfield there. If you look at the little graphic above your head there, you've got Felipe Anderson, Pogba, Salah and Fraser. You ain't going to get rid of any of those right now. Even if Felipe Anderson gets a blank tonight, he's in good form. He's got nice fixtures. So it's hard to see where you'd fit him in. Who you benched him, by the way? Who's the midfielder that you've benched this week?
Torreira.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
I think it's tough with Richarlison because I've said before a few times that I'm not actually a big Richarlison fan. Like, I don't really get it. A lot of the time I watch him and I find him quite frustrating to watch, which is why he's not been in my fantasy team very much this season. But the fixtures are good. I think if you could afford it, I'd rather have Siggy than Richarlison.
Do you think?
Yeah. There's something reassuring about Siggy from an FPL point of view.
I think he provides you a bit more comfort in terms of regularly ticking over the points. And I think if I was going to make a very crude comparison with those two and Eriksen and Ali, right? I think Eriksen, and of course different price brackets, different teams, etc., etc. But Eriksen's the sort of Siggy player, isn't he? Will keep the points ticking over. Possibly not very explosive. Probably not going to captain him, but pretty, ticks the points over. Whereas Ali can pop up with a couple of goals in a game and then do nothing the next game. And I feel like Richarlison's a bit like that. He can pop up with a goal and assist or a couple of goals and then do nothing for a couple of weeks. I will say his price point is nice, isn't it? It's 6.5, maybe 6.5 and a bit, maybe. So if you want to go to Siggy, you've got to find an extra million there. So for his price point, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. If he was at the 7.5 right now with only 1 assist in the last 5 games, despite the fixtures, I think I would still be looking to maybe get rid of him. But at 6.5, he's just the right side of that bracket, isn't he? He's just the right side of 7 million to give him the benefit of the doubt. Half time at St James's Park, Newcastle 0, Manchester United 0. So anyone that's captain Pogba, looking a bit tricky because I don't think Pogba is getting in necessarily the sorts of positions that we were hoping for, that maybe he has got in the last couple of game weeks. But then look, Newcastle are, no fools. They're no fools, Newcastle. Benitez's teams are usually pretty good.
While it's half time, should we do the December Manager of the Month?
What a good idea. Leo will absolutely agree with you in terms of doing that. So let's just do... So what do I need to do? I need to go in here. I need to go to over there. And then I need to go to here. Let's have a look. Bournemouth 3, Watford 3, half time. Would you? I just can't believe that. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Let's have a look at the streamers and bloggers. No, it's called the... What is it called? It's called
Regulars.
The Live Stream Regulars. Here it is. Live Stream Regulars. So as we know, Ryan, Paul, Peter and Richard and Mark and Rishab and Vidar and Leo and Chris all leading the way, and Liam as well, all leading the way in the top 10, doing very, very well indeed. But let's have a look at the December. Do I mean December?
Yeah.
I do mean December. So why is that only updated to that then? Game week 26, game week 40. Oh no, that's the current game week, isn't it?
You want it. That's
what
we want. Yeah.
Yeah, I want that, don't I? There we go.
Yeah.
So there we go. Leo is manager of the month for December. So Leo, well done. Congratulations. Absolutely fantastic. Some popular and familiar names up there. So Paul Wickett, who's doing very well in the overall standings. With Wicket FC, 410 points in December. Very good.
Facebook crew.
He's a Facebook crew, is he?
Yeah.
Facebook, very good. James Brady, Deanie in a bottle, very appropriate for this evening. In third, Mike Gascoigne in fourth, Josh in fifth, followed by Chris, Karam, Amwinit, Vidar and Liam. So there's some popular names, some common looking names up there. So guys that have done well in December tend to be doing well overall. Let's have a look at Leo's team as it is. Leo having an amazing season, by the way. Overall rank of 7k. Absolutely sensational. Hazard captain would have stung a little bit in the last... oh no, this is live, isn't it?
Yeah.
We won't talk about that then. Can we find out his game week from last week? How do we do that? Up here. How do we do in game week 20? Let's have a look. 51. So 51. Hazard is sticking with Hazard.
I would have stuck with Hazard though, wouldn't you?
I think I would have. Kamara -1 on the bench, which is good. So overall, a solid-ish, a bit average kind of week in game week 20, but a very, very good December from Leo. So Leo is December manager month. Well done, Leo. Superb.
Leo, if you DM Leo or I your address, I'm doing a post office run tomorrow with a load of wooden spoons, so the mug can go in tomorrow's post.
Have we got any more mugs?
Yeah, I've got 2 left.
2 left, fantastic. 1 for December, 1 for January, and then as of February we'll be doing the Patreon.
Well, that's worked out quite well, hasn't it?
There we go. That's what we'll do.
There you
so
go.
no more mugs from February. The mugs
Here,
will be. Let's have a look. Go on. For those of you that haven't seen the FPL Family Manager of the Month mug, Leo will soon be drinking his coffee out of this little beauty.
Out of this very, very mug. There it is.
There we go. Beautiful. With our mugs on the side of it. I still think we could have put a bit of effort into that.
What are you talking about?
I still think it requires a bit more effort.
You went out and you said it's got arrows on it.
It's got arrows on it.
It's got
hashtag FPL Family. What more do you want?
You said photo, hashtag FPL Family. That was all the specs I had.
So there we go,
Leo, you can have it signed if you require.
What's it signed, really?
Well, I don't know, might
Wants to drink out of it as well.
Who am I sending? Who am I sending? Somebody asked me to sign the spoons. I've got to get you to sign it when we get off.
Oh, wait, yeah, so yeah, that was FPL Az, who got the wooden spoon from last week.
That's right.
So he sent me his address, so we'll be sending that off to you, FPL Az, as well. So there we go, Leo, well done. December Manager of the Month. Absolutely sensational, sir. Well done indeed. Let's go back to live.
The games are back off again, apart from those last 2.
A bit of chatter about Ings. Has Ings gone off, guys? Has Ings had a bit of a 1-pointer nightmare there? Jeff Holt, I love my mug. Thanks, Jeff. Here's a nice question. J-Boy, we're doing a lot of Spurs this evening, but there's actually not a lot to talk about outside of Bournemouth and Watford has calmed down for 2 seconds, having a 15-minute breather.
They were at half-time, they're having a bit of orange.
So they're having a half-time cup of tea and a breather. Let's see how the second half goes. Some of the other games have kicked off, but... we're doing quite a bit of Spurs, but nevertheless, let's talk about, do you think Spurs mids can cover Kane's points if I still need to get Salah in, J-Boy is saying. So if you can't go Salah and Kane, and frankly it does screw your team up a little bit, do you think, not a Son because he's about to go off to the Asia Games, but can Eriksen, can Dele Alli, can Moura maybe now that Son's gone, Lamella maybe, who's a favourite of yours, can these guys cover Kane?
Lamella's got an injury again. Unknown return date at the moment when Poch was asked about him. Moura potentially. I mean, Moura at the start of the season was excellent from an FPL point of view. Really good and was getting in on the goals all the time. So if he's going to start regularly while Son's gone, then potentially he
I have a bit of concern over Kane if Moura's going to start playing regularly, because that was a problem, wasn't it, at the beginning of the season? Yeah,
and I think if you listen to the interview with Poch last night, they were asking him about Son leaving, and he said, we have to have a plan for when Son's gone. I don't necessarily see Moura playing every game while Sonny is gone. I don't. I think Moura is really good, but I don't think he quite fits into the system that Pochettino likes playing. The last few weeks when Moura's been benched, we've been back to that system that Poch really likes. And
so do you think the Kane dropping deeper thing, which is the thing that kills him a bit as an FPL asset, and the reason some of us are a bit reluctant to captain him, so that dropping deeper, is that because Moore is playing, or is because Eriksen's not playing? So now that Eriksen's playing, will Kane hold his position, do you think?
Well, it's those two things, plus the fact that the holding midfield has been an issue. So with Dembele's injury, and Dyer obviously having his appendix removed, that's been a problem because that's meant that we don't have a firm holding midfielder, or a defensive midfielder. So in turn, that means that Kane is dropping back deeper. Eriksen, if he's on the pitch, is also dropping back deeper. If Eriksen's not playing, that's even bigger problem because Moura goes ahead of Kane. So all of those things have kind of been coming against us. But what we've seen in the games where we've seen Dele and Eriksen playing regularly is that Kane gets fantasy points. So when you get back in that Dele, Son and Eriksen midfield bracket, that's when we start to see Kane performing at his best. Now, do I think you can cover Kane with a midfielder? I think what you'll see with Kane is that he'll regularly get a goal or 2 goals in games. I don't see him going...
Given that if you do that, and you go, say, one of the more premium ones, Eriksen or Ali, that's still 2.5 million you're going to have in the bank, right? From going. So it's not just about coverage, it's about having some Spurs players, but also what else you could do with 2.5 million, right?
Because if you want to invest it in Salah, right? So if you're going to take that money out of Kane to invest in Salah, will Salah cover Kane? Yes, they will. I think Salah and Kane will balance out, okay. Given that Salah is also going to score 1 more point for every goal that he scores than Kane does, because he's a midfielder and Kane's a striker.
I think Salah from Gameweek 22, I mean, the Liverpool fixtures, guys, if you haven't seen them, go check them out. I think Liverpool have got, I'm going to jinx our whole season now, right? But there's something like 2 really tough fixtures after the City game between now and the end of the season. We've played a lot of teams already. I
think for me, and this is why they're both in my team, and Kane and Salah are essential, in my opinion.
Okay, all right.
And I know that makes it hard to fit the others in, and that means you have to make some compromises in the rest of your team. But at the moment, those 2, they're regularly scoring goals, they're picking up fantasy points, and they look like they're getting back into this like competition for the golden boot and all of that kind of stuff. And Aubameyang, obviously, we shouldn't forget about him. He's in that bracket as well.
Yeah, the fixtures for Arsenal are a bit trickier than the other 2, right? But he's still banging in the goals, top scorer in the league right now, so you can't argue with that.
No, and so it is tough. I think if you can't afford to go Kane and you really want to go Salah, which I get with the Liverpool fixtures, I think if I had to choose between the 2, I would go Salah over Kane at the moment, just purely on the fixtures. Then I'd pick between Dele and Eriksen, and I think Eriksen would just creep it for me at the moment.
All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the Chelsea setup from the weekend in a second as well. Still Chelsea 0, Southampton 0 at Stamford Bridge, which
really
is a worry for
me.
Hazard owners.
How are Chelsea
I'm going to talk
playing?
about the Chelsea setup at the weekend because I thought they were really slow, guys. Chelsea were really, really slow at the weekend. But before we do that, I think you guys are also saying that Ings has gone off at half-time for Southampton, which I think I've missed that. Potentially with an injury as well, which is, I'm not falling off my chair with that one, to be honest with you. So if Ings is injured, as you guys are reporting in the live chat, who do you think, or give us some idea as to the sort of players that we might want to bring in for Ings? Because Ings is 5 point something. He's very much everyone's, or if you've got him, he's your 3rd striker for a lot of people.
Let's have a look who's in
what
that
value
bracket.
have we got down there? And also, by the way, let's not just consider players that have played or are playing in FPL. Oh, West Ham have conceded. 1-0 Brighton.
It's not good for you.
Not good for me. Didn't see that coming. Brighton are terrible away from home. Who scored that? There goes the Fabianski clean sheet. That is gone. Oh, that's so annoying.
Lloris incoming.
So annoying. Fabianski owners, where are you at? That is so annoying. Who scored that for Brighton?
So it was his first Premier League goal, didn't they?
Yeah. Dale Stevens. Guys, Dale Stevens has scored that.
Right, so who in that price bracket with the Ings...
Sorry, I'm not over this yet. Dale Stevens. Fabianski clean sheet gone because of Dale chuffing Stevens.
Are you over it now enough for me to... Or...
Oh, wound me up that has. Go on, Ings replacements. Go on. Fabian, how are Brighton winning? What's wrong with West Ham? What's wrong with West Ham right now, guys? Tell us. What is it with West Ham? Ridiculous. They look great, and all of a sudden they just look crap again.
They're exactly like Hazard. I'm essential. I'm not.
They go through these waves of form and like nonsense, don't they, West Ham? They go like 3 games where you just think they are unbelievable. Like, who did they win 2-0 away at? Southampton, was it? Philippe Anderson got 2 goals, looked really, really good. Now they're losing at home to Brighton. What's wrong with them? West Ham. Brighton can't win away from home. They just can't. Absolutely unreal.
Sounds like it's all Brighton though, listening to her.
Go on then, tell us about the...
Right, so who's in Danny Ings' price bracket? So if you've only got 5.6, which is what Danny Ings is, you got Ashley Barnes, who's exactly... Oh my good
God! 2-0
God!
Brighton! What the hell? Tell me you're playing Button. I know you've got Lloris, haven't you?
No, I've got Lloris.
2-0. Shane Duffy.
Well, a lot of people have got him.
That's an FPL thing, isn't it? There we go. Duffy's a popular pick.
He's a popular... I had him for a while, didn't I?
Tom still got him. Tom from Who Got the Assist had Duffy for ages.
I had him for a while until he got his red card. I'd have gone mental if my defender had scored.
2-0 to Brighton at West Ham. What the hell, Hammers fans? Any Hammers fans in? What the hell is going on? 2-0.
You don't seem to be able to pick a keeper right at the moment. You're like me with the captaincy.
I've got 2 of the worst keepers going at the minute. I've got Fabianski's 2 down, and who knows what's going on with Watford. Bloody hell, 3-0.
Right, back to Danny Ings. So there's Ashley Barnes, who's the same price. I suppose you could go for a straight swap, couldn't you? Because it's going to be Austin, I guess, at Southampton that's going to play Danny Ings.
What about the players that might not be on that radar, like Tammy Abraham, who apparently might be coming into the Premier League, like Dom Solanke, who might be going on loan from Liverpool to Palace, although I've heard that move might be off. But there's a lot of players that we got. I think there's going to be some gems in the transfer window, in this January transfer window. So Ings owners, of which I am one, don't worry yet. Don't worry too much. I think there's going to be plenty of options for you.
Because there's slim pickings down that end of the table. I mean, if you can go 0.2 more, you could have Rondon, which...
Good Lord.
Or you can have Deeney for 0.2 more.
Deeney, there he is, on the back of the 2 goals.
I mean, he's got a brace, right? So, yeah, I mean, for 5.8, you can have Deeney. It's only 0.2 more than Ings. Who else could you have?
West Ham, 2 goals in 2 minutes. What is going on there?
Yeah, the others are all just...
Liam Rist is saying Barnes, Kamara, or indeed Gabbiadini are his picks.
Gabbiadini is off to AC Milan.
Liam, what are you making of that? Gabbiadini to AC Milan. He's finally got his big move. He's earned it, isn't he, to be fair, Gabbiadini? What player?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's definitely...
Leo is saying this game day is a big shambles. It's looking that way, Leo. I apologise because this is our first ever live reaction stream, and it's been a bit of a
anticlimax.
Not an anticlimax. I was going to swear then, but I won't. A guff show, let's just call it. It's been a bit of a chuff show, isn't it, so far? The Hazard's not really come through for us. The United assets aren't firing. Dale Stevens owners rejoice.
No one's got Dale Stevens.
Listen, there's
right.
some Dale Stevens out there.
No, I bet you he's 0.0% owned. Let's have a look. Brighton.
It's only Fraser owners. They're the only ones that are happy. And maybe the odd Callum Wilson owner.
Stevens, where are you?
There's still any left.
Well, actually, there are some owners. He's owned by 3.3% of the game.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I think he's a proper cheapy mid, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he's got 23 points across the whole season. 8 of them have come today. By the look of it.
Alonso currently on for 2 bonus points according to Fix, which is good. Doherty on for 6. Wan-Bissaka off 3rd on my bench. Ouch. I can't see that game finishes 0-0, can you? Wolves and Palace? There's got to be a goal in that game somewhere.
Wan-Bissaka, he's on my bench as well. No, I don't see that game. Although, Patricio's got 2 saves, so it sounds like it's been Palace.
Patricio's got a couple of saves under his belt, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Very good, alright, very good.
Interesting. Actually, it's that Chelsea game that's really surprising me. I'm amazed there's not been a goal in that Chelsea game yet.
So let's talk about that then, because we obviously both watched the Chelsea game at the weekend against not Southampton. Who did they play? Chelsea were playing Palace, weren't they, at Selhurst Park? They were so slow. The build-up play had no tempo. Every time Jorginho got the ball, he seemed to slow it down a bit. I think they looked to Jorginho to really dictate the tempo and get it going when there just wasn't any there. There was no natural width on the pitch either. No. From a Chelsea perspective, only Alonso was providing any natural width. On the other side, I don't know what's happened to Azpilicueta. He's obviously had too much time playing in that back 3 in the centre. Booking for Lindelof, by the way, for any Lindelof owners. But Azpilicueta doesn't seem to be bombing on that side quite as much. Willian likes to sort of come in a bit, doesn't he? So you've got a lot of width on the left, nothing on the right. So it was just all too predictable, from my opinion, as a Chelsea, as I was watching that game. And that is a bit, I have to say, guys, is what puts me off of Hazard a little bit. I know it's easy to say that, and he's probably going to pop up with a couple of goals now. But that game against Palace, I watched it, and it really put me off Chelsea. I know they won the game, but there was no tempo, there was no pace, it was not dynamic at all. Really not dynamic at all.
Just having a look how my cup opponent is getting on
How are you
tonight.
getting on in the cup? Let's have a look.
Looks like it's going okay.
Who is your cup opponent captained? Salah.
But look at that back line. Look, Trippier, Wan-Bissaka, Azpilicueta and Kolasinac. So I really could do with
6-6-6-7.
Could do with some of those dropping, couldn't I? Although I'm going to cover that Azpilicueta one with Alonso.
You could do with Wolves scoring then, could you?
I could do with Wolves scoring, particularly.
A Jimenez goal would see you through in the cup, probably, wouldn't it?
So she's got 40. It's my first time playing another lady as well.
Well, there we go. How do you know it's a lady?
Because her name's Emily.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
And I've got 59.
Very good.
But so I'm going to have... Obviously, I've got Salah as well, but so I'm going to have half her Salah points. So
okay.
I really need Jimenez to do something, really.
It's getting to that point in the games, the 7:45 games, where we're going to start seeing players go off, start seeing some subs. Is there anything going on subs-wise? Wolves substitution. Gibbs White's come on, a player that I really like, actually. Really like him. Snodgrass has gone off for West Ham by the looks of things. Antonio just coming on. So after a little bit of hype around Snodgrass, that's kind of died down a little bit, isn't it?
But the thing is with Snodgrass, I'm not sure that Snodgrass... It's difficult with him, isn't it? Because historically, he's not exactly prolific. So unlikely that it was going to continue indefinitely, this run of scoring.
I don't know, he gets on streaks, so doesn't he? Or is that the point I guess you're making? He gets on a bit streaky
and
it
it'll die off now.
Yeah.
And it'll die off for a while, and then it'll come back again, I guess, at some stage. But yeah, I still think if you're going to have West Ham, it's Felipe Anderson rather than Snodgrass.
I think so.
Even though he's not done
any
anything.
worries about Felipe Anderson if he blanks tonight?
No.
I think the fixtures are there to... It's a bit like Richarlison, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fixtures there, you've got him for a reason, so you sort of stick with him, I think.
I think I'm happy to stick. I
must be tempted to have a cheeky switch to at least a look at Richarlison after Bournemouth tonight.
Like I said, I'd rather have Siggy.
I could score against Bournemouth right now. It's absolutely unreal.
I'd rather have Siggy than I would Richarlison.
Okay. Toxic Fusion saying Anderson has had great chances. So.
Why is he not doing anything?
Okay, Lloyd Webb is saying Anderson's fixtures turn now. All right, so maybe I'm wrong on that. So
do they? Let's have a
look at the West Ham fixtures going forward. Could well be right.
Arsenal next.
Okay, tricky, but you can score.
Then Bournemouth.
Goals galore.
Then Wolves.
Wolves away.
Yeah, they're away at Wolves.
Okay.
Then Liverpool.
Tricky, yeah. Bournemouth and Watford is back underway. Hallelujah. Thank God.
Right, there can't be any more goals in that game.
Well, there's no goals anywhere else, is there? Except for Dale Stevens.
And then Liverpool. And then Fulham. So it's mixed.
Neil Mellor's doing that game. Hopefully same again, he reckons. 3-3, can you imagine? 6-0.
Well, because we spent most of our time listening to Neil.
Hello. West Ham 1, Brighton 2. Do not be Felipe Anderson.
Is it Martin
I'll be
Noble?
very upset.
Did she just say Martin Noble?
Arnie getting involved again.
They've missed him. Yeah, Arnie.
Arnie or Noble?
Arnie. That's the button clean sheet gone for all those button owners.
Yes, there goes the Brighton clean sheet. Arnautovic back and in the goals. Guys, get on the live stream. Get on the live chat. Are you thinking about bringing Arnie back in? I've got to have a look at this. I've got to see if I can do ings to Arnie with what I've got in the bank. I don't think I can.
Back on Arnie again?
Arnie's class. Absolute class. Although you've just walked through the fixtures and they were tricky.
They were mixed, yeah. Very mixed.
Got to see if I can do this. Because Ings has probably got to go, isn't he, sadly? Unless the injury's not too bad.
Well, we don't know how bad it is, do we?
No, but even then. 5-5. 6-6 in the bank. No, not got enough for Arnie. What is he now? 6-9?
Arnie?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Probably something like that.
Yeah, 6-9. So I'm 0.3 away from doing that. So it'd be a hit or something somewhere, which I don't really want to do. It's a bit of a bummer. Jimenez to Arnie is on though. Could do that. Although I quite like Jimenez at the minute.
You can't get rid of Jimenez.
Yeah, not right now. But Arnie's just the one, isn't he? Arnie's just the one. This live stream was jinxed my team, Dylan Naidu is saying.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dylan.
Blame Lee. He has a habit of
Sorry.
jinxing things. Dina. What's happened? West Ham again?
2 for West Ham. West Ham have done a Bournemouth.
No
ball.
You got an assist.
2 for Arnie. Oh, absolutely awesome. 2 in 2 minutes for Arnautovic. Absolutely sensational stuff. Back firmly on the radar. West Ham play Bournemouth in a couple of weeks, don't they?
2 weeks' time, yeah. Arsenal next.
Get on it. Get on it. He's obviously had a bit of a rocket up his backside at half time.
Mm.
Oh, you guys are saying Southern's bought in Arnautovic.
Did he?
That is why he does, or used to do, FPL for a living. Because he knows what he's doing. Micah McClatchy, Anderson winner incoming. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right.
Arnautovic and Arnautovic.
Carry 256. Who got the assist for that one?
I think it was Noble again, wasn't it?
Mark Noble assist for that second Arnie goal. Sean Weng Chi is saying Fabregas has come on for Chelsea. Don't see that as a big positive. I think his legs are gone, Fabregas. No wonder they're looking to get rid of him, I think.
Yeah, he's off, isn't he?
Yeah,
I heard him being linked away.
There's Chelsea fans that are not too worried about that, I can tell you. Antonio assist for the Arnie second goal. He is their talisman, Neil Craston is saying. You're absolutely
Well, he is,
spot on.
absolutely, yeah. But we've always said that about Arnie, haven't we? That Arnie,
you look at the players that have
West
come
Ham.
in as well. Chikorito come in for a bit, had one good game and then was sort of hot and cold for a bit. Lucas Perez has come in for the last 2 games and done absolutely naff all, got dropped to the bench straight away. The first chance that Pellegrini's had to bring in Arnautovic, he's brought him in and done the business. Fair play to Arnie, absolutely sensational stuff.
70 minutes gone at Chelsea, still 0-0.
So it now doesn't look as if Chelsea are going to get much of a haul here. So as a Hazard captain, you'd be really worried about that. Morata offside, James Harding is saying. Josh Telling, always offside, Morata.
He's useless.
He is. I actually think it would be. He needs to be put out of his misery, doesn't he, Morata? They need to sell him. It'd be better for him and better for the club if they sell him. He's never going to get. He's never going to be a decent player at Chelsea.
That's what my brother said the other day, wasn't it, when we were watching their Chelsea fans, and they were saying, you know, actually for him and for the club, it's never repairable now.
It'd be kinder for him to leave. It really would. It really would.
That relationship is totally broken. His relationship with the club, his relationship with the fans, and vice versa. It's just broken. James
Harden, pretty sure Morata was born offside. Micah McClatchy, Southampton could never keep a clean sheet. Never. Well, Micah, you've said it now. You've said it. It's going to be a clean sheet for Southampton. Leo, Morata is just super, super bad for them. Yes, he is, I'm afraid, Leo. You've got a real dud there, mate. He needs to go.
The thing is, I'm not sure he is actually a dud, though, is he?
Neil Craston, take Morata off, put Hazard up top, stick Emerson on at left wing. Yeah, I'm with you on all those things. I actually think he could potentially put Alonso there, push Alonso up, maybe put Emerson at left back if he wants to put somebody there, and stick Hazard up top. You could easily do that. Rushil, Morata was good at Real Madrid, scored some crucial goals for us. Well, I don't disagree with you, Rushil, but he's in the La Liga is not as physical and as a demanding league as the Premier League, and he used to come off the bench a lot for Real. He used to come on for 20-30 minutes and, you know, get goals, no doubt about it, get goals, but he was very much a backup striker for Real Madrid, in my opinion. And he'll probably come up with some stats to maybe tell me I'm wrong there, but that was my feel on how he was at Real Madrid. At Chelsea, he went there for 70 million. He was asked to be the main man in a league where very physical, very different to what he's used to. And he's just not adapted. He's just not adapted.
And he had a baby. That's always bad news.
Babies are bad news. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 0 shots on target by Wolves tonight so far.
Yeah,
so,
what's going on there?
well, I wonder whether Wolves might just be suffering from a bit of Christmas-itis. I mean, they don't.
Well, they were all right against us.
Well, they don't make a lot of changes, do they? And he seems to, they maybe he's just flogged them to death. Maybe it's they got to their last game and they're like, oh God, we're knackered. Which actually I'll be very happy with because we've got to play them in the FA Cup on Saturday or Sunday, I think. So we've got Wolves. Yeah, Wolves away actually as well. So
sorry,
tricky game.
Why do I always get the hiccups when we come on here?
Alonso down to 1 bonus. Listen, Diraj, I'd be happy with 1 bonus. I think I'd take that. No problem with that.
Who came on for Ings when he went off for Southampton Austin?
I guess so, yeah. Or maybe Long. I don't know. Still 0-0 in the United game. Who's he got on the bench that can make a difference? Lukaku warming up. Sanchez warming up. The script's written for Sanchez here a little bit, isn't it? The script is written a little bit for Sanchez. There's no doubt about it. Could come on and do some business here. Austin, Matthew Hall is saying. Thank you, Matthew. Austin, come on. That's a nice phrase. Matt Hall again. It's turned into pass to Hazard and hope. That's what it felt a little bit like, by the way, against Palace when I watched that game. Obviously not watching the game tonight, but it felt a bit like that. It felt a bit like Chelsea were just waiting for a moment of inspiration. And in the end, it came from David Luiz, of all people. But they were just sort of giving it to Hazard and going, right, go and get the goal.
The thing is, Hazard's their man, isn't he? So they all very much... There's been a goal.
Huddersfield. 2-1
Burnley.
That was inevitable, I think. Huddersfield down to 10 men.
Barnes.
Ashley Barnes, an FPL family favourite. There's a few people with Ashley Barnes. Leo has got Ashley Barnes.
I told somebody to get him this week.
Ashley Barnes, Leo. That is why Leo is December Manager of the Month, doing very well in the live stream regulars league. Ashley Barnes for Burnley, superb, 74th minute.
Excellent. Leo, be happy. Happy bunny.
Josh 96, Huddersfield relegation confirmed. It's very tough down there, isn't it? Very, very tough.
You can't lose those kind of games at home if you want to stay in the Premier League. You can't.
Yeah, and if you're Schindler, you cannot get sent off in 41 minutes. You've just got to.
You just ruin your team, don't you?
Be an idiot. Do you know what I mean? 2 yellow cards as well. I think he went for. That's just bad, isn't it? At least there's some goals about. There
wasn't, was there?
Just not at Manchester United and Chelsea, which is where a lot of the FPL assets are. But there's a lot of goals elsewhere. Let's have a look at. Check out this Newcastle and Manchester United game. It still looks pretty even, guys. Anybody keeping an eye on the 2 Uniteds playing each other at St James's Park? It looks pretty even. Newcastle really holding their own.
This actually bodes well for us because we've obviously got United next. And I was, when we played them earlier on in the season up at Old Trafford.
Oh, what a ball from Shelvey! Oh, good challenge.
It was
what a ball that was. Was it Shelvey?
We went up there with kind of no fear, whereas I was a little bit apprehensive about playing United next week, based on their form up until now.
Good hit, Shelvey. There we go. Sorry.
But this Newcastle result, as it is at the moment, gives me a little bit more kind of optimism.
Concern for Rashford being subbed off in a minute for Alexis or Lukaku?
Thanks for that.
That's probably going to happen, isn't it? I suppose so.
Oh. It probably is going to happen, but...
Ramsey Sinclair should have played 5 at the back this week. Yeah, probably right. Should have played Wan-Bissaka.
At this rate, I should have played Wan-Bissaka.
Absolutely. Pogba and Martial both on for blanks right now is not good for my FPL. I cannot
believe that Wolves aren't going to get anything out of that game. Wolves at home to Crystal Palace. I just saw that being a Wolves win.
Steve Wynyard saying Ings to Barnes looks decent now. Yeah, why not? Why not? FPL Mechanics saying the same thing.
I quite like the Barnes pick. He was one I was radaring this week.
Let's have a look at the Burnley fixtures. Can't believe I'm looking at Burnley fixtures.
The thing is, he's a cheap third striker, so who's scoring goals. So as long as the fixtures are okay, does it matter?
Fulham at home next, to be fair. Then Watford away, United away, Southampton at home, Brighton away. So,
but he's only got to play in some of those games. He's your third, right? You've got to play him every week.
Yeah, true. Last time I got a Burnley player in there, it was Goodmanson. And we're not going to talk about that.
You should have got Shaqiri that week.
Absolutely should have got Shaqiri that week. If you'd have said to me at the beginning of this game week that actually Dale Stephens would outperform Hazard, I'd have laughed you off the pitch. Absolutely unreal.
I'm essential. I'm essential. I'm essential. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Anish G is saying this is better than watching Sky. Live score updates with FPL reference. Do more of these. Well, Anish, thank you for saying that. I genuinely wasn't sure how tonight was going to go. In actual fact, for the big FPL assets, it's not actually been a great night. United aren't firing, Chelsea aren't firing, but thank you for the feedback and for letting us know that it has actually been all right sticking with us for what is a very long stream, and we'll continue until the Manchester United game finishes.
I think it's we've talked about doing this for a while, but the trouble is we always have our children.
3 o'clock on a Saturday is you can't really do it, can we?
So we have to wait for a midweek set of fixtures. But next time there's a midweek set of fixtures, potentially we could.
You guys are saying Martial is about to go off, which is a real stinker.
Oh, that serves you right for
really
saying it was going to be my player, doesn't it?
That is really not very good.
That's made me laugh.
Martial blank is not good. If he's the sacrificial lamb with Lukaku and Sanchez knocking about, then that is a problem. That is a problem. There's no doubt about it. Go!
Rashford, did he say?
Goal United. It's a fumble by the keeper. We're going to get it on the little screen in a minute. Remember, we've got it here as well. We're a bit behind on Sky Q on my phone. So Mata has just gone off for Sanchez. So the substitutions are just going on. Looks like it's a Rashford assist, Lukaku goal potentially. Lukaku goal, Rashford assist.
I'll take that.
Nice, guys. Nice. That's nice, yeah. That put you up. What, are you in the top 10k now?
We'll have a look in a minute.
Absolutely unreal. There's our FPL season in a nutshell. Martial subbed off, Rashford assist. Rashford hits the free kick. Dubravka fumbles. Lukaku reacts first. Nice. 2-2 for Lukaku now.
If the keeper fumbles, I doubt it's an assist.
Thoughts on Lukaku? It will be an assist for Rashford, 100%.
Thoughts on Lukaku, did you just ask me?
Yes.
No.
No? 2-2?
Not unless he starts regularly starting. If he starts regularly starting, then I suppose you've got to put him up there. But it's really tough at the moment because you've got Aubameyang, who's regularly performing well. You've got Kane, who's regularly performing well.
Yeah.
So to fit in, and I think actually we'll see what happens tomorrow night, but we've kind of got to start bracketing Firmino back in there again. If you start having all of these players up top performing,
I think Aguero's going to come back into a situation at some stage,
absolutely. Isn't it? Can you really put Lukaku in that bracket? I think there's better options at Man United than Lukaku.
So what were you, 12k, now you've got the Rashford assist, you've got Doherty getting a bonus point, Alonso. You are really good at FPL. It's such a problem in my life that you're so good at FPL. You are really good at FPL.
You can't say it's a problem in your
Rushell
life.
Josh, Sam, how are you so good at FPL? It's ridiculous, guys. You've got like some sort of sixth Lucas Torreira bicycle kick sense. It just drives me insane. Drives me insane, guys. Where are you? 9.7k. How are you 9.7k? Oh God.
Oh, Lee.
You're in the top 10k. Never go near the end of this, guys.
It won't stay like that, will it?
Elite gamer, Sam, you can read the future. It feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like it. It feels like it. 9.7k. Is that where you are right now, according to Fix? Sam, that is absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Actually, that's not updated either because that's not got the Rashford points on it yet.
Has it not?
No.
Well, listen, there's still time to make a dent in that. If Hazard scores, it makes a dent in your rank, or etc. etc. But
that's
listen,
what I mean. And obviously,
I think he's the only player left playing that could.
There we go.
That could have a goal at Molineux for Palace. Oh my God!
That's just cost me 6 points.
A goal for Palace.
I was up to 8, but that's going to drop down again now. Oh, I played the wrong defender.
Goal for Palace. What the hell, guys? Zaha. Thank you, Zaha.
Talisman again. Well done, Zaha.
Absolute nightmare.
Plonker.
How many points does that cost everybody? That's a Doherty clean sheet as well as probably a bonus point or two. What a nightmare. There goes the Wolves clean sheet, guys. Absolute stinker.
Was he saying it shouldn't have stood?
offside
it's
as well.
offside! I'm really annoyed about that. It's just cost me 4 points.
Ian Dowie. I didn't like him before Ian Dowie. Now he's delivering that news. An offside's a hard goal, costing me a Doherty clean sheet. Absolutely fuming at that.
Wan-Bissaka on my bench.
Oh, I forgot about Wan-Bissaka on the bench.
Alonso apparently, according to fixtures, getting 3 bonus points at the moment.
Is he? We need all the points we can get in a minute. James Harding, double clean sheet wipeout. James, that is unlucky, mate.
Right, what's going on with my cup opponent? What's
Leo, 9 freaking points lost for a freaking offside Jordan Ayew
really
points.
annoys
Oh,
me. Bring
man.
in VAR.
Oh, man.
Right,
Hakeem Bong, you should play AWB every week. Leo, VAR can't come soon enough.
No, I agree, Leo. I totally agree.
Worst game week ever, Stephen Lang is saying. Oh,
The
that
worst thing about
Wolves.
this is that I was playing Wolves defender, my cup opponent is playing Palace defender, and they've... Oh, I'm really annoyed. Has Lingard not played tonight?
No, didn't play. Elite Gamer, you got to stop with this nonsense.
What nonsense.
It's piping up every 5 minutes with Hazard goal. Not happening. Half pint, 5 red arrows in a row. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough year.
That Palace goal has
annoying,
really irritated me. I was
annoying.
having quite a good night. It's really annoyed me.
You're still doing great. You're still doing absolutely great. A lot of people will have the Wolves clean sheet, right? I mean, everyone's got Doherty, right? Everyone's got Doherty.
Well, that's true. Or if they haven't, they've got Bennett or Johnny. Oh, but I just like it when my defenders get a clean sheet, and that's really annoying.
He would have got. It looked like he was on for a bonus point or two as well.
Don't say that,
really
Lynn.
annoying.
Why? Why have
It
you
wasn't
said
even
that?
Zaha. It was Jordan Ayew. Even less
I like
pointless.
The Ayew brothers.
Do you? I don't anymore.
Well, no, don't now. It's just cost me 4 points. 5 points if it was on for a BAP. Yeah, look, I've gone back outside the top 10k
When
now.
actually was the last time Wolves kept a clean sheet? I saw a stat that said something like they got 1 clean sheet in the last 12 or
well,
something.
they don't keep clean sheets, but Doherty gets got goals or assists, doesn't he?
So what has changed at Wolves? Because they were clean sheet kings, weren't they, for a while? And now they're just not at all. That's what's going on.
Oh, look, that 10k dream is over already.
The 10k dream is over, guys. Hold the front page. Back to 12k. What a terrible rank that is. Back to 12k. Mike and McClatchy, what's happening in Watford Bournemouth? I can't. Yeah, you're
Nothing.
right. What's happened? They've all gone to sleep. 6 goals in 20 minutes, and now nothing's happening.
It was all a bit too much. A bit too much going on at Bournemouth earlier. Where's Finley? Is Joe Finley Badger? Is
They've
he
been
gone?
pretty unlucky lately, defence-wise. Leo is saying.
Does he have to go for a lie
I
down?
think I agree with you, Leo, but at the end of the day, what is that? 1 clean sheet in 13. There's unlucky, and then there's unlucky. Do you know what I mean? I'm not about to get rid of Doherty by any stretch of imagination, but they have got to start getting some clean sheets. That is the bread and butter. It's the bread and butter of an FPL defender. Wolves don't concede many, but always precisely 1 goal, James Harding is saying.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
Always seem to get the 1, don't they? Really annoying.
That's why I don't think I won't double up.
That AU goal is annoying, isn't it? That is one of the more annoying moments of this evening. There's no doubt about it.
If I go out the cup, it's his fault. To be fair, it's been quite a good cup run so far.
Anish G. Now here's a question, Anish G. Who has the historical bragging rights over the years? Does Sam regularly beat Lee? Well, listen, we've played both of us for about 10 years this game, and for the first 8 years, I beat Sam every year for 8 years. No, you won that year 2 actually.
The year we got the Cats.
The year that we got the Cats, yes, absolutely. Let's see what's going on at Chelsea. Still 0-0, Chelsea Southampton.
Yeah, so we played for 10 years. The first 8 years, I only won 1, and Lee won all of the others. And not just won them, like, smashed me out the park.
But then we started FPL Family last year, and you did, 11k, was it your final rank last year?
Finished on 11k last year.
And this year you're at 12, you're at the same sort of rank now? I mean, I can't compete with that. Cannot compete.
The last couple of years I've been doing well. I don't quite know FPL Family I think has made me just a bit more
aware of
what's going on. Has paid a bit more attention.
So there's your answer, Manish.
Also coincides with becoming a stay-at-home mum and having not to go to work.
Having a bit more time, yeah.
Well, I don't know if I've got more time. I just don't have to go to work.
Tom Sheehan is saying Chelsea creating chances. Rochelle, more Cats if Sam wins this season? No. No,
I actually wanted to bet on another baby, but Lee says no.
I'm not doing that. Good Lord. Good Lord. Connor Harris. Liverpool will win 5-1 tomorrow with a Salah hat-trick, Alisson with an assist, and Mane to get 3 assists and a goal. Connor, I love your enthusiasm. I love your optimism. I can't see it. I can't see it. I'd take a 0-0 right now. I'd bite your hand off for 0-0.
Would you?
Lukaku now 1 goal behind Sergio Aguero in the Premier League scoring charts, Dylan is saying. Look at that.
Is that right?
There you go. Got
1 goal behind.
Now. He's in the conversation now, Lukaku.
Yeah, but is Aguero in the conversation?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
At the moment, Aguero's in the conversation.
100%. Aguero's always in the conversation.
Is he?
Always. He's never been out of the conversation. J-Boy, City will win tomorrow. It's going to be a good game, J-Boy. It's going to be a good game. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot on it. More pressure on City to win than Liverpool, I think. But it's going to be a good game. Any goals more at West Ham? Still 2-2 West Ham versus Brighton.
I like it when they have a lady on.
Who is she?
Sue Smith.
What does she do? She
Ex-footballer.
women's football.
Yeah.
Duffy
God,
again.
No, don't let Duffy get any more.
It'd be a nightmare. Oh, Pogba's in a fight here at Newcastle. What's going on? Oh, Pogba's toys are out the pram, guys.
Don't get sent off, whatever you do.
Pogba's toys are out the pram. He's walking away. The ref's having a word. Looks like it could be a booking for Pogba, or the ref's just having a strong word in his ear.
Oh, it's John Joe Shelby.
No surprises for guessing who from the Newcastle camp is involved in this fracas. No surprises. I'll give you one guess, and you will guess John Joe Shelby. Absolutely no surprises that Lord Voldemort is involved there. Looks like Pogba's getting away with just a word in his ear from the ref. And United have a free kick from what looks like quite... That's not shooting distance, is it? It's a hell of a shot if he takes that. Rashford on set pieces again. Let's have a look. See how this set piece goes for Man United. Burnley heading out the bottom 3 despite not being able to defend. Did have a go there, Rashford. Shows you the confidence in a man right now, doesn't it?
I can't believe Wolves are going to lose this game.
That is a real concern for me that he's brought on Lukaku and the guy that went off was Martial, not Rashford. That is a real concern for me as a Martial owner. A real problem. Who have United got next?
Spurs.
Spurs next?
Yep.
Good Lord. Double Man United midfield is not looking great right now, is it?
Robbie Brady been sent
off for Burnley.
I don't think he's very high owned.
Looks like there's a yellow card here for Luke Shaw in the Man United game, taking out Kennedy. His 7th booking of the season, by the way, Luke Shaw. Believe that? Another hoops. Lee, I think it's time to wildcard, pal. It's definitely not. It's definitely not time to wildcard. My team is in pretty good shape, I think. Martial and Pogba is overkill, but Martial can easily become Sané or can become somebody else. Got a bit of money in the bank. Can't believe there hasn't been any goals since half-time in Bournemouth-Watford. Newcastle, good shot. Oh, just wide. Good effort.
You'd have thought Rondon would have popped up with us one for us tonight, wouldn't you?
Into the 92nd minute at Stamford Bridge. Are Chelsea about to drop points at home to Southampton? Are we about to get a Hazard blank, guys? Ouch. We're about to get an Alonso clean sheet. Woohoo!
Why have you said it?
I've said it.
Why? Every time Lee says things like this, it goes wrong.
Rushil says it's 3 a.m. here in India and looks like he'll have to go to sleep disappointed. Rushil, thank you for sticking with us tonight.
3 a.m.
Really appreciate it.
That is absolute
3 a.m. Time for you to get some sleep,
commitment to the
mate.
family, that is, Rochelle.
Alonso shot saved. Sean Wang is saying.
Stop losing bonus points, Alonso.
As long as it's on target, that's fine. As long as he didn't miss. Is it too late for a Pogba hat-trick, Mike is saying? Never too late. There's still time in that Manchester United
that
game.
game's
15
got time,
minutes to go in that game.
Alonso's actually now only on for 2 bonus points, not 3. It's dropping off, look.
Okay.
Because the Southampton players are... Southampton
5
keeper.
saves for the Southampton keeper
He's
for
on for
Gunn.
3 bonus points.
5 saves. Sensational. FPL Chancellor Dan is here. How are you doing, Dan? As it stands, relegation zone is Southampton 16, Fulham 14, Huddersfield 10, Cardiff on 18. Mind the gap, he says. Yeah, it's not looking good for Huddersfield. Not looking good for them at all. Late drama at Molineux.
Oh, God. Is it...
Is it a pen, I think, for Palace?
Palace pen.
It's a Palace pen. Those of you with Rui Patricio, can he get a penalty
Can he
save?
save a penalty?
Here comes some points for Patricio owners. I can feel this coming. There's going to be points. (2-0) Palace.
Goodness me,
Looks like
didn't
it's
see
pretty
it
much
coming.
full time there. 2-0 to Palace at Molineux. How do you feel about that, Wolves fans? That's a shocking result. Given that I've got double Everton, I've got double Wolves in my team. That is bad news for my FPL team. There's no doubt about it. One more chance for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. 94th, 95th minute. Chelsea 0, Southampton 0. We're talking about what a good game Vesterveld has had for... Vestergaard, I should say. Vesterveld, he was the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper, wasn't he? Vestergaard is the Southampton centre-half.
Wow.
Final whistle goes at Stamford Bridge.
Wow.
Guys, that is unreal. Unreal.
Hazard, captain blank.
So Hazard leaves with 3 points. That is it. Chelsea 0, Southampton 0, guys.
West Ham's finished 2-2 with Brighton.
2-0 to Man United, by the way. 2-0 to Manchester United. We're going to see who scored that goal in just a second. We've got it live here on the phone. It's just flashed up on Sky Sports. 2-0 Manchester United. Newcastle are on the attack right now. It looks like a Rashford goal. A Rashford, Sam. You are unreal at FPL. How is this even a thing?
I just cuddle you.
Rashford.
Was it?
Oh my God. No. Don't tap on my shoulder. Rashford. It is Rashford. I can't believe it. It's Rashford.
Yes. Come on, Rashford.
Oh, bore off Rashford, you absolute plum.
It annoys you more that Martial went off instead of him, doesn't it? Sanchez to Rashford.
Sanchez to Rashford, 2-0. Good night, Newcastle United. Oh, the Rashford bandwagon is going to be absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. That is looking like game over at St James's. I cannot see Newcastle getting back into this. Look at that loose ball. Who's picking that up? It's looking like game over at the John Smiths. Huddersfield 1, Burnley 2. Red cards on both sides. Full of incident, that game. Nice finish,
It's
Rashford.
a really
look how,
weird results
look
tonight.
how cool that finish is from Rashford. I love that. Sanchez. Got the man over. I don't know where the fullback is. Gone for a cuppa. Rashford slots it past Dubravka. Nice finish. Cool as a cucumber there, Rashford. Goal and an assist for Rashford. Absolute disaster, guys. Absolute. Well, not if you're a Rashford owner. You're in fix already.
I've been in fix. It's been
Already
sat here.
in fix, looking at how far in the top 10k you are. I cannot
I
believe
won't be
you.
in the top 10k.
Why not? Rashford goal and assist.
Nah.
Yes, I think so.
Doherty, I got one biscuits on my bench rather than.
Yeah, well, I didn't see that. Didn't see that Wolves thing coming at all. Didn't see that coming. Burnley, I've got a win at Huddersfield. Big result for them.
That
at the
is
bottom.
huge.
Look at
That is huge for Burnley.
result for Burnley.
Huge.
What's that? 2 wins back to back now over Christmas. Sensational stuff for Burnley. Absolutely brilliant.
What's going on at Bournemouth? Nothing's happened there. The first half was ridiculous. And the second half, it's just everyone's just gone to sleep.
Jamie Meager, thank you for joining, Jamie. He's played Schindler, who got -3, and he
no.
benched Pereira, who got 12, and AWB, who got 6.
Oh, no.
Absolute disaster. James Brady dropping from 6k to 20k. James, listen, 20k is still an absolutely awesome overall rank, mate.
Nothing wrong with 20k.
Absolutely awesome. His Jim B's cup opponent has got Rashford. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Could be out of the cup. Good night, Wolves, Fast and Bulbous is saying. Rashford's on his bench. Micah McClatchy, you benched Rashford. Goodness me. Rashford has saved my game week, though, Dylan Nadeau is saying. Brilliant. Julian Bennett, Rashford, yes. Tom Gravgard, Rashford. Suleiman Daya, Sanchez assist for the Rashford goal. You're absolutely right. Rashford, Andy Golf Pro. Alex Summerson, Rashford. John Cox, Jason Stillin, Steve Walker. All of you guys have got Rashford. Unbelievable. Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted that you've all got Rashford. Not that you guys have got Rashford, that you've got Rashford.
Why?
Absolutely savage. Martial goes off. Rashford pops up with an assist literally a minute later and then goes on to get the goal. Absolutely unreal. Do you believe that?
How much is Sanchez?
Oh, no, he's really expensive. He's 10
10?
points something, isn't he? You don't want to think about Sanchez right now.
Don't want to know how much he is.
L went Rashford to Jimenez this week. Sad times. Yeah, that's bad news. J-Boy, I have Martial. Yeah, me too. Me too.
10.
And to be honest, I'd be happy keeping Martial, but the fact that he went off and Rashford stayed on is a big problem. It's a big problem. Connor Harris, doesn't matter. Liverpool win tomorrow. All will be forgotten. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Hazard captain blank, but Rashford's put me up to 2k overall rank, Tom Gravgard. 2k.
9 points, 3 bonus points on for 12.
12 for Rashford, guys. Oh no, disaster. 8.4k. Get out of here. You're not allowed on these streams anymore. 8.4k. Get out.
Why am I not allowed on these streams anymore?
Just get out. I'm not having it. 8.4k. Tom Gravgard up to 2k. Oh, absolutely sensational, Tom.
Is he allowed on?
Ted 01, he had no Hazard, got away with that. Yeah,
I kind of feel
I feel like as a non-Hazard owner, I've got away with one there. There's no doubt about it.
I do feel like I dodge a bullet every week with Hazard when he blanks.
What else we got here?
Oh, Wham Biscuit being on my bench has annoyed me.
Sean Weng Chi is saying I'm salty. You have no idea, Sean. You have no idea. I'm very salty.
I'll make him another cup of tea when we finish the stream.
How these things fall for you every single week? It's not like you have 1 week of jamminess. It's like every week.
What do you mean? It's not jammy, is it?
Every week.
How is it jammy to get Rashford?
Rashford was injured. He's flagged in the game coming into this game, and he ends up with 12 points.
But it's not like I bought him in, is it?
Oh, it's absolutely savage.
It's not like I bought him in injured, you know.
Absolutely savage.
I just kept him on the chance, and I put Robbo first sub.
Don't talk to me. Okay. I'm not having it. Don't talk to me. Get off.
I mean, it's your fault that Dina didn't get a clean sheet yesterday.
My fault that Dina didn't get a clean sheet.
It is. You've jinxed him. You must have a green arrow.
As it happens, I have got a green arrow for this week, so I'm reasonably happy with that.
Stop being so.
Did Fraser's on for 2 bonus points? That's good. Alonso finally doing something with 8 points. That's good. Doherty's stinging though, isn't it? That is stinging.
Particularly with Biscuit.
Up to 156k, which I feel actually alright about, but it's no 8k, is it? 8k! Oh, absolutely sensational.
But that's still not bad, is it?
It's like Lingard is coming on. You guys are saying Lingard is on, which would be a nightmare for his owners because it's probably
no, that's great because my cup opponent's got him.
Probably going to be a 1 point cameo, probably. Peter Gray, 33 from 4 yesterday, and today nothing from 6. Goodness me. Goodness me.
Still 3-3.
Leo is saying at least we have one manager doing these streams who knows what she's doing. Leo, that is like a dagger to my heart, Leo.
You're here too, Leo, right? Manager of the month.
Absolutely shocking. It is good though, to be fair. What would FPL family be without you, to be honest? It'd just be some idiot that's not very good at FPL just
well, it wouldn't be a very good family, would it? Just you by yourself.
FPL bloke. Yeah. FPL not very good at FPL bloke. Hashtag average. Rashford coming off. Thank God for that. God for that. Peter Reed, just wanted to say hello from Austin, Texas. Thank you, Peter, for joining us from Austin, Texas.
That's somewhere I'd like to go.
Been enjoying your insight and banter all season. Thank you very much. I'm a bit more on the banter side. You're a bit more on the insight side, I would say.
Is that what?
Yeah, I think banter is pretty much all I've got right now. It's pretty much all I've got. And some would say I haven't even got that, to be honest.
Probably Leo.
Leo's on. You haven't even got that. Tony Everson. I was supposed to sub Rashford in my wildcard. What do I do now? I think you keep him, Tony. I think you keep him.
You can't
get
sub
rid
him
of him now, can you?
Particularly as he wasn't the one that made way. You can't get rid of him now.
Andy Golf Pro, 61 points, up to 16k overall, with Salah, Robertson and Sané still to go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Up to 16k.
Yeah,
Andy,
that's
I think you're going to be in the top 10k there, mate.
You've got Salah left to play tomorrow. I got Firmino to do nothing tomorrow, please, because he's in my cup opponent's team.
George Malayle is saying, what's a good points tally? Don't know, what's the average right now on Fix?
41 according to Fix.
41 is the average. The top 1,000 average is 46. So anything 50 something, George, is pretty good, I think. It's pretty good. I think you take that. Ian Barrett, this has kept me entertained at work in Orlando. Thanks, Ian, for joining us.
Orlando! That is my favourite place.
We absolutely love Orlando.
Oh, I was trying to get Lee to take us back to Disney, but he's having none of it.
Yeah, there's only so much mouse you can take.
No, there isn't.
There is.
I would go and live with the mouse if I could.
So much for premium mids over premium strikers, Joel Stout is saying. Yeah, absolutely right. What's going on? No Hazard. Not coming in. Nothing for Pogba, but I think you can probably forgive him that, given that he's delivered for the last 3 weeks.
How many minutes gone we at?
Ian is saying he lives 4 miles from Disney, by the way.
Oh, gosh. Can I come and stay with you? It literally is my favourite place in the world.
Rochelle, Sam, I guess you could give me half your points and still have a green arrow.
I got 71.
71?
Or maybe 72. I can't remember. It's just refreshing.
How are you in 70s? Every week. It's mind-boggling, guys, how you get into these points. James Brady, 21 points so far. James, it's a tough week for James. A tough week. And he was in the 10k, so it's a short stay. Exactly 51 points, George is saying, and I feel a bit better as a Hazard owner. Very good. Right, we're going to wrap this up, guys, because it looks as if Bournemouth and Watford have scored all their goals at the end of the first half. We've got United 2-0 up against Newcastle, so it doesn't look as if any... Oh, John Joe Shelby. No, hit the top of the net. Looked like that might loop in. So, guys, thank you for joining us. It's been a very interesting one, hasn't it? We've never done one like this before. We hope you've enjoyed it. Normally our reviews and previews are kind of quite fast-paced, aren't they? We've tried to sort of rein it in a little bit today because we had obviously a lot longer to go and we're trying to react to the games as they go along. Talk us through what Fantasy Football Fix, and I know some of you guys are saying that actually livefpl.net is a bit better, but listen, we've got Fix on our phones, so talk us through your team and your score as it is right now.
But it's doing its stupid refresh at the moment. I think it was it's either 71 or 72. It had me at 8.5k, 8.4k.
71, 72 with and up to 8.4k. So green arrow from what was it, 20 something?
Well, after last night, I was at 17, but 17. From 22.
So Kane captain, Fraser, Alonso,
Rashford,
Lloris. Oh, there's some
Salah's to come tomorrow.
You got Salah and Robertson to go, haven't you?
No, just Salah tomorrow.
Unreal. Lloris is just a nice differential as well. Goodness me. So guys, for my part, I am on 58 for this week. So as you guys that regularly follow our streams will know, I'm still licking my wounds somewhat from Game Week 19, which was a complete and utter disaster. But Game Week 20 was a bit nicer to me, and Game Week 21 has also been a bit nicer. So I'm on 58. Overall rank has gone up to 159k, where I was at something like 200 before. So a 40k rise, which is a decent night's work, I think. That's a decent night's work.
Yeah.
The revival is on, I think. But there's no doubt, and I've got Salah to go, absolutely do. But there is no doubt that your 70-odd points, guys, this is... Get on, never mind Twitter. Get onto Instagram, at FPLFamily on Instagram. You will find Sam on Instagram, at FPLFamily. Go and speak to her on there. Go and follow what she does. This is the one that knows what she's talking
72.
about. This is the one. 58 for me, 72 for you this game week. 72. I'd love to know what your game week rank is. We'll find out that a bit later on, I guess. Absolutely unreal score. Really, really good. Up to 8.6k.
Still think I might get in the cup, annoyingly.
Out of the cup on 72? No chance.
Yeah, she's doing...
No,
Sorry, you can't hear
no
me
chance you go out the cup.
Yeah, because look, she's got...
57.
Yeah, but these obviously doesn't have bonus points, so bonus points there.
Salah, captain, and Firmino.
And Salah, captain. So whatever happens with Salah, she's going to get double. So she's going to get... So she's actually on 60.
I think you're all right. You've got
I need
about
Firmino
12 points on that.
and Salah to get 1. And then I'll be
Salah
alright.
not to go crazy, Firmino blank, and you'll be through. So Liverpool not to go crazy.
Just at 1-0.
1-0 would be fine.
I'd actually take, or 1-1 would be fine because I've benched Robbo, so 1-1 would be nice.
There we go. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. An absolute mammoth monster stream tonight, so thank you for sticking with us. MU Fan TV says, I miss Sam Stats. We're going to be doing more of Sam Stats when we come back to you next week. We're going to be...
Not Sunday.
We're going to be on the FPL show on Friday, guys, because we're normally down on a Thursday, aren't we? But given that the Etihad, the game Manchester City versus Liverpool is going to be on tomorrow night on Thursday, they've asked us to go down to Uxbridge to do the filming on a Friday. So look out for that hitting the app. I think maybe even Friday night they might squeeze it out, or maybe Saturday morning, I don't know. But look out for us.
There's no game week, is there? Because it's FA Cup, so I imagine it'll be Saturday morning.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. So there's FA Cup to go, isn't there? So there's probably a little bit of a gap now. So look out for us on the FPL show on Friday/Saturday, wherever you're watching us from. And then we will be back, I think, middle of next week when we'll be doing a Gameweek 22 preview live stream in the middle of next week, which I think is probably when we'll be back. Maybe Thursday the 10th looks like the next time we will be live streaming. So that is it, guys, for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. One last really quick plug for our new Patreon site. For any of you guys that are not on our Manager of the Month competitions yet, go check out our new Patreon site. There's a link in the description below, patreon.com/FPLFamily, and you can help support us with what we're doing with the streams, help us to buy new equipment, do bigger and better streams for you guys. But also you'll get access to exclusive mini leagues every single month. So the first one is going to be in February, and the February Manager of the Month, we were going to get rid of all the mugs and stuff, and instead we're going to be doing cool prizes. We're going to be doing... Is that a goal for Pogba?
I think it's a Pogba goal. That might just keep me in the cup.
Well, why doesn't it say 3-0 at the top then?
I don't know, but what's going on?
It's got to be a Pogba miss, I would say.
A miss?
He's gone round the keeper.
Oh, he's missed it. That could have kept me in the cup.
Could have done with those points. So a big Pogba miss there. It's a bit of a stinker. So, guys, Manager of the Month. If you want to get involved with this, we'd love you to get involved. The more Patrons that we can get, the bigger and better the streams can be, the bigger and better the prizes each month can be. February's Manager of the Month will win a football shirt of their choice. Can be a Premier League one. That was my thinking. But if you want a different Premier League, if you want a different shirt, then all up for discussion if you become Manager of the Month. Nice. The Green Spurs one is very good indeed. We will not obviously be giving out the league codes to anybody other than Patreon. So I'll be putting it up on Patreon throughout January, and it will be exclusive to Patreon. So you will need to sign up on that if you want that league code for February, which starts, I think, in Game Week 25. And then we'll be doing the same in March and April and May, and then we'll see how popular it is come the end of the season. So, guys, we'd love you to go on there and start supporting us on Patreon as well. As for this evening, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you for the last couple of hours. 72 points over here. A stunning game week for you. Again, up into 8.5k. Absolutely sensational stuff. A pretty solid game week for me too. 58, pretty happy with that. With Salah still to play. Salah still to play for you too. Up to about 150, 155k for me. So the revival from a couple of weeks on is on. I seem to be over that terrible game week I had a couple of weeks ago, and I seem to be moving in the right direction, which is good. Until next Thursday, look out for us on the FPL show next Friday, or this Friday coming. And we will see you next Thursday when we will be previewing Game Week 22. Game Week 22 already, guys. So thank you for sticking with us. Leave us a like before you go. Hit that subscribe button at FPL Family on Twitter, at FPL Family on Instagram, and we will see you next week. Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.